onto this. You know, the just aggressive satchels.
I'm
already looking for the Yoru as well from Forsaken.
I love it.
Something like that could definitely come into play. I'd be curious. I'm really curious to see what they do on Bind because, I mean, even if they do go for the Yoru, that could just be something going over to, you know, the Gecko on that map, something that he's very proficient at playing. But Sunset as the decider, I mean, I absolutely love this draft.
Okay, are we there? We are. Good.
On Lotus,
Hold on.
Seems like this could very much
Bear
be
with me.
to go all the way to
Very
3.
tired.
Oh, absolutely. This is actually the same map draft as the previous match, but I feel like we're going to see, or similar
We here?
until
We good?
Sunset. But I think we're going to see a very different style of gameplay.
Okay, we got T1 versus PRX.
Who have definitely, you know, proven their...
For those of you who were awake, I'm sure most of you were awake and maybe even watched the game. Don't worry, we're not going to miss this game. It's a good game. Unfortunately, we have both these games starting at the same-ish time. Look, I'm a Wolves fan through and through, but T1 PRX, that's a good game. I mean, I can put Wolves on the other screen. But yeah, T1 PRX, unlucky. Right, for those of you who didn't see, Bleed lost. Ye's playing Duelist, so that's something at least. But yeah. I don't know what this bind comp is. No surprise to me that they lost.
This is going to be our
but hello. Any
Any
mods? Any mods in the chat?
Classic Paper X.
Oh, sorry.
How are you feeling, Asura, about, you know, Monyet or Jinggg?
I mean, I definitely agree. I'm definitely missing Monyet.
Oh, Taku, you're awake.
Such a awesome player that came out.
Do not watch Icebox. Was it bad, Nova Scotia? Or was it?
He was just trying to stab someone on.
Wait, there was solo harbor.
But I feel like again, Jinggg coming back into this, it's not like, you know, he's a new player.
He played
has been
solo
playing with PRX for such a long
harbor.
time, so the synergy's already there. So I feel like, again, like Akilio said, it's just him trying to reacclimate to this newer iteration of Valorant.
Okay, we've got to watch
and
that.
We're just looking at the last time they faced off on.
Maybe I'll watch
Lotus,
it before
Narky
the
Bop,
Americas
of course,
games
Monyet
today, or
wasn't
like in
there,
the
and
breaks of the
it
Americas
seems
game.
easy to
I'll
play
watch
Jinggg
Icebox.
there. It's great. Anyway, with that,
I'm in a broadcast Discord, so I might not be able to
I would
go.
like to
Well,
invite the
Ryan,
coach who is definitely
I'm gonna be
changing
in and out of the
coach
Wolves
hands.
game, I think.
We got Coach Alex
So
from
I don't know.
PRX here.
It might be a bit
Welcome.
weird anyway.
I know this guy.
Welcome, welcome.
Can I look at the
Hello,
Talon
did
buy
you
at
know
round
the
5
reason
Lotus?
why Pacific doesn't
Okay,
have
that's
a
very
desk
specific,
as
so
desk
yes, I
anymore
will.
Is because of you. We knew you were gonna be here.
Um,
But how are you
Round
feeling since
5
Madrid?
Lotus.
And you know, I'm gonna jump straight into it because we don't have that much time. Do you think the teams here in Pacific have an advantage because they had more time to prepare for stage 1?
I mean, yes and no. Yeah, you have more time to prepare, but I think
Shorties
what we
and sheriffs,
did
is
from
this what
Madrid's
you're
match
on?
Practice, you know, you can't like replace that. I think between the two, I honestly I think I'd rather be here. You know, because I think match practice is sure it's nice, but like, you know, I want more time with my team to be able to
what, like a
test things
heavy
out.
save with
Yeah,
shorties?
so yes and no.
And
It is a little
tell us
weird.
about Jinggg. We all want to know about Jinggg. I think the
Again,
obvious thing is that
my
everyone
tip to them,
thinks, you know, you just
There's this gun called the
reintegrate him,
Stinger.
Easy peasy, everything's all the
It's
same. Is it
really
that
good.
simple?
You should try it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, he missed
Well,
he missed 5 months of competitive play. You know, like it's he's gonna have to catch up. I think a few scrims, he's seen some stuff, new stuff. You know, he goes like, oh, I've never seen that before. Right? And everyone else is already like used to this kind of thing.
And Asarai, he's a big Monyet fan. He has a question.
All right, just again, you know, with Jinggg coming in,
I always forget to do it. It's like, it's an honor to be the first one of the day, because I always forget to mute it. The why? The why?
So
Thanks for the 4 months. Does Monyet stay as a sub or get picked up? I think he'll probably get picked up at some point, to be honest. We're only 5 off 1,000. We're only 5 off. Yeah, I saw Bleed's comps. A Twitch streamer who reached YouTube chat? Hog? Am I using a speaker? No, it's my alert box. Like, now that I'm doing multi-stream, my alert box has changed. So now it's like, it plays it. So like my little alert box, when an alert comes up, it plays it on OBS, but I have to mute
Okay,
it.
I have to ask
That's
you
why it's
about
still.
T1 too. Obviously, you know.
Thoughts on Chippy
Kevin
Chappa
is a
Valorant?
quite well. What are your thoughts
I can't tell you the
on
whole truth.
going against Team 1 today?
I mean, I don't know what to expect. I don't know. I mean, they have a whole month to do like whatever they want to do. So honestly, I think this feels like the first match of kickoff. You know, like everyone's just retooling. I think it's nice that we had a bit of.
I didn't see Bleed Talon. No, I was asleep.
The travel time sucked.
I've been told Icebox.
I hope that we can give them a good game because for us, you know, we have a new roster again, right? So we have to feel it out. You know what I mean?
I think normally this would be a really stupid question for me to ask, but given that you've just slotted Jinggg back in, I think that there's actually an application for this. Do you have any? Should we expect anything new today? Because you guys have been delivering some crazy comps. So do you think that we're probably going to be seeing a lot more of the old comforts?
I mean, we've had 5 or 6 days of practice with me, so I don't know.
So 5 duelists.
We can try. I'll float the idea.
Okay, I wanted to ask the question because I've been asking all the coaches here.
Yes.
You know, with Laz bringing out the chamber, is someone here from PRX gonna bring out the chamber maybe Forsaken because he's done it in the past?
I mean,
Just as a,
we have a chamber comp, but
oh.
it didn't look very good in practice. It depends, you know. It depends.
Sad.
We might. It's got some use cases.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
And to close it off, before
My
you go into
eye
the
bags
team,
are insane.
shout
Wow.
outs to your fans or
That's
to
a
your
ban
family
right there.
watching.
You should come in and tell me that.
Short and
Hi.
simple.
Do
I love
multi
that.
Twitch.
You get 2 carrots, 3. Well, oh, sorry. All right, I think we're
The
at
problem
like-
with multi Twitch is the Chinese Twitch version isn't very good
Alright,
quality
we'll
anyway.
talk about this
So
backstage.
it's like a double
Oh my
whammy.
Goodness, Achilles. Anyway, thank you so much, Alex. Of course, all the best to you and the boys.
See you guys. Thank you.
I can't believe you asked that.
I'm sorry. Best of luck.
I was really thinking vegetables. I was like, carrots? Like, yeah, he needs to eat more veggies.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I'm saying. They improve your eyesight, right? They
exactly.
allow you to see targets
The
across
game better.
screen.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Of course.
Oh, you guys are all weird over there.
Did I sleep?
Catch my
Not
breath
enough.
on that one.
Not
But I'm
enough, to be
really
honest.
excited
I
for
am
this
very
matchup
tired.
right
I
now.
literally just woke up.
Achilles, you got me like blushing
I'm
right
Literally
now.
wake
I
up,
said that I wasn't
stream,
doing that, and then I just sent it, so.
and then I'll
But
sort
anyway,
myself out
let's
after this
go for
game.
predictions really quickly. We already know that, you know, PRX for you.
PRX.
PRX.
Yeah.
And this is just because they've
You
been
can have a
together
YouTube
for
link
so
in
long.
multi-Twitch.
William here is
Can
being
you?
William.
I will say, though, this is way more one-sided than I would have anticipated.
Yeah.
I thought that a lot more people were going to be leaning in towards T1 here, comparatively. So I'm really curious to see if we're actually going to be rewarded for this confidence, or if William's going to get a little bit of an edge up on us.
Yeah. Well, with that, I think we are ready to watch the players walk onto stage, get ready into
Yes,
this
Jinggg is playing.
matchup. We're going to go over
You
to
can?
Series, Paper Thin and Quack.
People hate it so much, though.
Thank you very much, Chubby Ninja, Achilles, and Aster, and of course, our awesome coach, Alex. That was a really fun interview.
I agree.
Look,
agree. I love his, like,
I don't have
answers
much
are
hope for
really
Wolves.
good
I think they've been
points.
screwed.
Wasting
I
time.
think they had to beat Tech. I mean, who's in
He's good
Wolves
at
group?
deflecting some of the bad Achilles questions. Like, it's all good. It's all good. No, I mean, I think Alex is generally kind of that guy that you can always expect those really honest answers that, but they aren't like long-winded.
Right, okay,
or
they can
anything. He's
still
just
make it
gonna tell
out
you
of
how
this
it
group,
is, you know what
hopefully.
I mean? And certainly, obviously, you know, as Mika so aptly put it, the return of the Jinggg is the kind of big story of the day. But still, T1, man. I mean, yeah, I didn't pick them in my Preds, but
Is Tech
I
good?
really agree that with Achilles that I could
RB's
totally see
good.
them winning this. Now that being said, I gotta stick with.
I think
PRX.
Wolves needed to win that game,
T1's
but
never even taken a map off of them.
So, there they are.
So until they can prove to me that they can do that, how am I supposed to go against that unless I'm like gambling that, you know?
Unless you're William, I guess.
Well, he's a gambler, so yeah. Certainly.
He's our
I mean, I
maverick.
gambled on the last game and lost, so it's his
Oh.
turn.
I mean, it's just a little bit, you know, odd, and sometimes there are factors to this. You do want to think about how Jinggg can fit back in the team. You know, it has been a while, and at the same time, T1 has had all this time to practice. They have had a lot of game tape to study on. Maybe there are some counter or anti-strats that even Alex isn't aware, even Alex isn't going to be prepared for.
Well, yeah, and I think like one thing to keep in mind.
Wolves
here
clears.
is
There's no way
it would
Wolves
not be
clears
off script
Jingg's
for PRX
coming
to come
back.
out here slow, even when
And
they
I'm the
have
biggest
practiced
Wolves fan
together,
there
even
is.
when they're kind of in a good state, in that kind of cohesion, they still sometimes have some really slow starts, and then they just kind of turn it on and take it over. And that's kind of what happened.
I'll
last
go
time,
to
right?
Luba.
That they squared off on split. It was an OT. It was very close, and then they just dominated on Ascent.
Yeah,
so
afterwards.
yeah, and the thing with Jinggg is, like I've talked to other coaches about
Matt Vito? It's already
up
done.
against Jinggg, what's that like? and it's what's really
First
difficult
map here
about
is
it
Lotus.
is that you don't game to game he plays differently. It may look like from an outsider perspective that Jinggg
Jack say thanks for 50 bits. Yes, I will.
Will you ever attend a VCT venue again? Berlin maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably go to Berlin at some point, maybe.
Make a big difference in how you prepare against a team like PRX and how you're going to be ready for the timings and things like that. So you kind of never know what you're going to get. That's what makes them tough to play against.
It's a little bit.
You know, I'll go. As I said, I'll go to a the next Masters in Western Europe. I'll go to.
PRX because T1 might not really know how to prepare against a team that, you know, just slotting in Jinggg back in from you know, a bit of downtime. So it takes a little bit of time.
Do I think PRX play Race on Sunset? Yes, 100%. Masters Paris, apart from Paris. God, don't make me go to Paris.
It's still going to be that good. Is PRX prepared for it?
I don't think you can ever be prepared for PRX until you play them twice, like in a couple days. Like then maybe a little bit. So we're gonna welcome our teams to the stage, T1 and PRX. I just love T1.
See, they do the walkout all at once.
It's so
they do it
sick.
one by one.
Like
So
outside of their office.
who knows who will be first?
So cool. PRX gonna get a big round of applause as well. Definitely, they have made fans everywhere across the globe.
Truly, I mean, our best-selling team capsule. Yep. Of course.
Pearl lets everybody know it too.
Wow, and the first one to walk out onto the stage, take center. Of course, the return of Jinggg. How will this all fit in? Will PRX be returning to top form? I mean, of course, you know, another team that we're thinking about is still Jinggg with how well they have performed in the past few months. T1 right up next to them. There is a very slim chance. It is very possible. You never know what's going to happen in Valorant.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, look, T1 is really, really good. This is a team that I had huge expectations for. They came up just short of making it to Madrid. And I love this roster. I love the way they play. Izu is a player that everybody is telling me behind the scenes when I talk to other players.
Who won the walkout race?
Be the next superstar.
Oh,
like,
I think they did.
That you really need to keep your eyes on.
What map are we on here?
As a player that could kind of take over this league and be the guy that we're talking about day in and day out. We'll see if that's the case. You still have to get over this PRX team, which with Jinggg
Let's just put the audio of both on.
相对来说比较保底的一个目标，他们是成功拿到了亚军，但他们在最后的 BO5 其实是非常可惜的。
是的，
而到了世界赛，他们也是展现出自己比较强大的实力。但
You guys can tune one in and tune one out, right?
细节上
As you
对
wish.
手来说是棋差一招。那他们现在对于他们而言，来到了全新的一个赛段里面，他们也是需要好好的去做调整，去面对后续的比赛。
You know, when the Valorant, you know, gun sounds and stuff start,
非常渴望通过一场胜利来揭开这一次的序章。
you know, we'll be fine, right?
强队现在需要的就是他们要好好去调整心态。第一场面对 TEC 的失利，并不要影响到选手的心态。
So that's just interesting how everything's going to shape up. Can T1 improve that much? Again, another player that
come on, start these games.
Apart from Execute, I think we haven't really mentioned all too much, is still Saya player and
What
how
map we starting
well
on
he
here?
can perform in that duelist role. So they've definitely given us some great performances against other teams like Zeta Division before. T1.
I mean, it is FPX, so they'll
Up
play
against
something weird.
PRX, you know, this is always that tale as old as time, the old rivalry. Can they finally do it today? The second
Sent
day
Lotus.
of VCT 2024 VCT Pacific.
Yeah, man. I think T1 can do it. I'm not going to be surprised at all if T1 wins, but I still have to go with PRX, and they're going with the more kind
So
of
they're going with
tried
their
and
old
true
school.
composition for both sides.
Oh, wow.
No changes from their Lotuses. It's going to be Forsaken on
Still
that
playing
Cypher,
Chamber.
Xcuret on the Chamber. For your Sentinel players, an exciting matchup there, certainly. But PRX,
I feel like, yeah, it's just enough said.
yeah, dude.
The crowd is already just cheering for Jingg's return.
Yeah. I mean, he's unreal. I mean, he is the best Raze in the world, in my opinion.
Add Valorant in
because of the way
category?
he plays
Is it not?
So it's a matter of,
How
again,
does
and
one
Alex
do
talked
that?
about this on the desk, that they had so little time and things have already evolved so much in the amount of time that Jinggg has been off of the team that, you know, Jinggg is seeing new things. He's
How the
having to
fuck do
learn
I
a
do
little
that?
bit of some of the protocols and some of the plays that are being set up and thought about by PRX. A little bit worried about Forsaken being a little bit under the weather. That can definitely interfere with some of your comms and some of your thought processes and something like that. So maybe today's a day where Devi might have to step up a little bit, get a little bit more vocal in kind of that pseudo IGL role. He's more of like a sub-caller type. Yeah. But
What the
we'll
fuck
see.
is
We'll
that?
see how it all plays out. Still, look, you're excited about Jinggg, but I'm excited about T1. I
Why
really
is it
like
an
Execute
entertainment?
on this
Why does it
chamber.
automatic
He
get
can be a game
entertainment?
changer. He can be a difference maker if he's not accounted for. And that can be a problem for PRX, where sometimes they don't really think through a problem.
Now would be a great time to
And it
insert an
kind of
ad, says YouTube.
Strings together
I
a
don't
bunch
think
of
so.
bad rounds for them, and then Alex has to come in and turn things around, which is very good.
We'll watch the Bleed Talon VODs later, I think, because we'll be going in between China and...
many times, but
We'll be going in between Wolves and
you
PRX
can
here.
do that. But that can be the Achilles heel of PRX sometimes, is they don't really adapt to stuff and they kind of get tunneled in on their own game.
It does a little bit. So, I mean, as a fan, I would think, or even just looking at pure statistics,
Here we go.
A lot of confidence, full confidence in PRX as a team, as the players. But
What are they playing? They're
as a
playing
caster,
Viper
you know, I gotta
Yoru.
say,
Of course
T1,
they are.
You really want to see if they can make that improvement, if they can cause a bit of damage, if they can create a bit of that dent in PRX. Just take one
They're
map
playing
off of
normal
today.
with Cypher?
They are the ones who picked Lotus this time. They have played this map before against
Let's
PRX and
fucking
AVL.
go.
They lost 5-13. Yeah. Will today be a different story?
To be fair to them, that was Monyet playing the Rays, so that's even scarier, maybe.
Come on, lads. Go fast.
A little bit.
But this has been T1's map, right? This has been their home.
Kill
This
him.
is where you have, you know, really good plays. You know, Izu can be
Cage?
really tricky with that
Oh, no.
Omen. Rossi all over the place with the Viper, doing a
Oh,
good
no.
job holding down sights. Like Skirit just absolutely disgusting with sniper rifles, giving those long-range opportunities. Would like to see a little bit more from Sai. I felt like Sai was a little bit weak in the kickoff. Like, it wasn't his best performance overall. He's still quite good. I have no
Oh, we're
doubts
playing
about
so
that, but
slow.
I'd like to see him pick it up.
Don't worry, this PRX
This
game
is
will...
just like PRX
Boys.
starting on the attack, and A-Site completely left open here. T1 expecting a B hit. They have overstacked the mid of this map.
Nice Blix.
Almost feels intentional. I wonder if they'll break the door as well. But at the very least, I mean, if we've got the timer on pause.
Oh, the timer's on
If
pause?
things
Perfect.
go exactly right, and PRX are just, you know, gearing up to head towards A, then, you know, this is going to be interesting.
I forgot T1 was playing today.
Ah, no! That's right.
That's right.
Oh, they got a tech pause.
curse.
Perfect.
We have actually identified the real curse, and it is T1. I'm sorry.
Come on, Aluba.
T1
That's so
fans,
low.
T1 org, because you're all wonderful people, but you are cursed.
Bro, come on, Aluba. You hit those.
Some kind of an issue, of course, we'll just
No.
bugs, but for now, I mean, still, it's back to that. We had
Right, I'll leave on their audio so we know when the tech pause is over, but...
One little tech pause with an audio issue, very quickly solved. Wow, flew from NA.
Nice.
Enjoy Korea, yes.
Heck yeah. Tons of awesome stuff to do, especially not just in Korea. In Korea, there's unlimited things to do. But
I'm worried. I'm worried for our Wolves.
Yeah, I saw
gotta
some,
come
like,
down and catch some games.
K-Town, K-pop stuff. There was a sign that said JoJo is the best Susanto, the youngest Susanto brother.
They're probably not wrong from what people have been telling me.
It's adorable, but all right, into the game we go. T1 completely evading all of it there. Yeah, pushing down pillars.
Oh my goodness. Is anybody, I mean, Devi's watching, but he's got the spike.
Oh my god, and he's got a
This is...
classic.
Oh.
This is so bad.
The crowd. So many gasps and no's.
They have no idea, dude.
Being taken
React
out
to
as
poor
the
kids'
toxic
messages.
Screen goes up.
What's kids saying?
Do have a couple of players from PRX watching the back. Xcurate with his Headhunter, 6 rounds.
Kuma with the bits. What's he saying?
Walking all the way through. Setting up the positions.
TwitchTheatre.tv. Oh, you're giving me a link for a restream?
Of course, now everyone has to divert their attentions away. You never know who's lurking around the back. Something still sharp
Nice
as ever,
something.
though, able to take down Saya. Xcurate has been spotted. First Headhunter shot whiffed. And Something's just trying to play it safe, trying to play around the positions. Forsaken, unfortunately, getting taken out, though. And that's all down
Not a great
to
plant spot.
Mindfreak. Still rounds left in the Headhunter chamber. Goes back out. 2 players. A
Wow.
little bit too
Plant
much.
spot kind of trolled in
Body
there.
blocked and everything, and T1 picks up the
Why not?
pistol.
Yeah, some really good ideas from T1. That early
T1 with a couple
push out
sheriffs.
almost caught Devi. He barely got out of there in time. But it forced PRX to have to just really
Can't click on
focus
links through this
tightly
chat. I have
in their
to...
defensive setup on the side. Like, they can't really fan out. It's tougher to create some extra angles. Something did a pretty good job of trying to buy a little bit of an extra angle, but it's handled perfectly by Rossi and Xcurate. And then they find the right time to pull off. Really smart there, expecting the re-aggress because they know they have to stop the defuse timing. knowing that Mindfreak's going to have to push that angle. Really well thought out there by Rossi. Oh!
What? Quick reactions. One little peek, and with a Marshall, he does it all.
Get out of here.
Okay, is that a gun they can get?
Say,
Maybe.
I mean, T1 was doing a great job. Rossi exceptionally with that Sheriff. If he's that guy who's, you know, bringing the fun vibes to the whole team, and he's having a good time, the whole team's going to have a good time, but you can never, ever kind of down
That's a free kill, though.
No.
And the
He's
spike.
got the outlaw, so
okay.
makes it easy. Take down his brother. Sagan goes down, but still, you get an upgrade in a Spectre. Ooh.
Oh, something. Swaps back over to the Classic, but with the mount, just kind of exposes himself a little bit more. Rossi back in with the Sheriff, and the rest of the PRX team trying to continue to pile up front towards A. Jinggg has a bit of an angle. He hears the footsteps. Oh, wow. Checked by Saya. Great job, T1. A couple of shots to divide too, but that's the most that he can do.
Okay, good stuff at T1.
2 players down. Still a pretty good win for T1.
I could have gone a lot worse for T1.
2-0, they're playing very slow. I do think that this game will will end up pretty out of sync by how slow Wolves are playing.
And kind of a
which is exact.
There. Forsaken not jiggling at all. Went for the angle. Something couldn't get underneath the mound. Rossi made him pay. Jinggg not able to win on his lurk. Well accounted for. Mental discipline really good for T1.
Oh, good job. I mean, that's the preparation coming in. Not sure what it is.
Get the sight.
Okay, audio issue, I guess.
They're on a tech pause again.
Fence cracked me up. But yeah, you know, you can definitely see that there are some of these plans that are intentionally cooked up for PRX. Because how often do you actually have a team that just completely leaves A open, pushes out a B pillar, just to wrap them around like that?
Yeah, basically never.
Nice.
This is the thing about
nice.
You almost have to.
Yeah, go save Berlin. What are you gonna do now? Huh?
Right? And that actually does throw PRX off. It can be something that they have a difficult time accounting for, like lure.
真的逼通确实支援不上。
We win these.
狼队他打的相对于来说是比较有耐心的。
对。
就基本上是拿到了方 plus 一些站位的信息之后，集合来到一波逼通，其实他们是慢慢蹭进来的。
是。而且第一波感觉方 plus 在正面的接架好像协同上面出了一点小小的问题，感觉刘一手那个位置他
Someone let me know when it's done.
去打一个协同，然后进行双拉。
New link should work.
应该是防守防复活点这个口子，然后被隔绝了，然后
Hold on,
他自
kid's
己
been
主动拉出来
cooking.
形成了一个孤靶子。
对。
Has he burnt it again?
点位其实 live 是给了个闪的，但闪其实
You've
有
got
点
the.
晚，就感觉这个协同没有做得很紧密。
Accurate sign, please. He wants the signature there.
I'm sure the people will hate it. How do I get rid of this chat?
Sure. Jojo, yeah, there's that sign. Jojo.
Yeah, that's one.
There you go.
I mean, look.
But now I need to move my head.
Ton of popularity. You know, obviously, we're in Korea. T1's going to have a little bit of a home field advantage in that respect, but PRX is just so entertaining to watch play that it's easy to make fans when you're that good. And that unique. The way they play is unlike anybody else in the world, so.
It's always fun, and it's a bit of a challenge to the teams that go up against them. Right now, it's going to be T1. You know, in the past, we had seen Jinggg up against them in kickoffs, but Jinggg knew how to deal with it. PRX trying to adjust to this, yeah.
Jinggg gave them a taste of their own medicine. They played aggressive and kind of were taking a lot of confident angles and pushes and stuff like that. So, yeah, that was. If you're confident against PRX, it can snowball. It can snowball a bit.
Oh,
that was fast.
And he goes for the second. That's crazy. It looks like they're heavy. This seems to be a pretty heavy idea that PRX have got against T1 here.
So quick, collected.
Going through the door,
the rest
going
of the
A.
team now pushing up. A little bit of mind presence to know that there could be more players trying to make this B play happen. It happened on the pistol round. Maybe T1's going to do it again. A is completely open after all.
Yeah, something already getting up towards heaven.
Good smoke, though.
Very good.
Allows for something to play around the positions. You got Jinggg ready with the paint shells as well. This is a good setup.
It could be red. I mean, this is kind of what PRX likes to do. Yeah, I know what you meant. All right, Forsaken. He's on for the ace.
Okay.
He's still got one.
It's just round 3. T1's trying to play it safe, trying to do what they can.
自己
大概掐了个表，然后去抓了对手的一波 timing。
是的，很可惜啊，这一波。其实我觉得狼队这一波进攻 ，Spring 虽然说在这个中路市场是拿到了3个，但是后续他的血量太残了，也不足以支撑他自己操作了。
是。
What are we doing?
兄弟打3个剩2个嘛，那也没办法，但兄弟们倒得太快了。
What's the Chinese word for tech pause? Oh, we lost. We lost.
但对于狼队来说，因为第3分他们是0换5的一个状态，所以他们这一分依旧是有经济可以让他们去起到枪。
很保守，前期还是同样的一个站位啊，3个人到一个 A 大的位置加一个默认。其实方 plus 他们在防守方的一个打法 ，A 大是不怎么压的，所以迟迟都没有抓到我方 plus 其他的一些信息。
现在狼队的前期慢摸
And basically just wait till the last 20 seconds. This round will be over before that begins. Oh, it actually is. Look at this. Look at all these kills.
Now so much more space being gathered.
Sorry, I didn't realize the round would start that fast.
In front of Rossi. He can't go through for free. Neural Theft just reveals. And that's the go signal for PRX to get the spike over on A.
Well, he's at least able to grab an orb.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to give him the Viper's Pit next round. One way or another, he's only got a judge. He's not going to go for this.
I mean, he's got a judge.
Too. We're all playing Pac-Man.
Surely he loses that.
Great game. I think Forsaken is already showing off.
Is he even going for it? He's not even going for it.
I'd love to see him on this map on Cypher because he's so tricky to deal with.
The mindfulness, yeah.
He's all over the place.
Come on, Wolves.
He's really good at holding the C site sometimes. It can be broken open, of course, but
and again.
I really like the way he plays the Cypher. And Rossi, see if we can find any value out of this. I mean, the economy is weak for these 2 surviving players on PRX, but the other 3 have quite a bit of money.
Waiting for exits. He's got the judge. There goes the first. Fires off
he got
a
2 kills with
shot,
the judge.
even before he sees Mind Freak, and it does connect. T1, although PRX picks up the round win, Rossi walks away with a bag full of gold.
That's huge. That's a lot. He's able to recover
Picks
the
up the L.
Gets the Viper's Pit online, didn't even have to die. That's a massive, massive play for Rossi. Yeah, they don't get the round win, but it almost feels like a loss for PRX, like almost.
We'll see. Okay, so Mind Freak has From the Shadows available. Jingg's 1 point away from the Showstopper. Something 2 points away from his Blade Storm. But on the
so they have an op, but not much else. The op is on A. PRX are coming to C.
But they have a lot of tools at their disposal.
That could really change the dynamic. Here we go.
Whoa! Whoa! Doesn't quite
dashes out of the way.
Side player in a bit of a tricky position right now as Forsaken hunkers down. Watches out over onto Pillar
Well
and
played,
captures
Forsaken.
onto 2 more players. B-side is open.
Knew there would be the reload, and he knew he could push through. Really smart play from Forsaken.
Oh, he didn't see him.
Jeez Louise, oh god. And now it's going to be the operator with
And
the angle.
Spike's on,
down goes
Spike's on the site on its own. It's
down
over. They've trolled. They hard trolled it. Wow.
Although they've got the positioning.
You have to reflank through A.
Viper's Pit now up by Rossi. They know they should have this round. How do you push back in? Look at what's happening again. Forsaken. It's happening again.
I think Xcurate has a decent idea that his brother's doing this.
All right, all right. Well, I want to see how.
No, you have to go the other way. You open the door, or you have to wait for something.
Or is it going to be a pink mist?
I mean, they got time to really make sure that they're set up. Kind of come from all 3 angles at once.
Ooh!
Unbelievable.
1 shot, 1 kill. Now on to the next.
Wow.
And he's online for the ace. Rossi's right around the
Oh
edge
my
of it,
god,
Forsaken
Andy gets the ace.
sprays downtown.
We're 3-3 here. Let's go, Wolves.
What a game he's already having. 11 kills in 5 rounds.
Not great from Xcurate, playing very aggressive, but with the door open, you kind of have to pick a lane somewhat, but they should have picked a lane together rather than just him going. That's a fast split here.
With no cover. But, you know,
Nice.
I know.
Not so nice.
Xcurate knew.
Not so nice.
Forsaken's just better.
Unbelievable.
Okay,
and the way
winnable.
that he was checking into the Viper's Pit as well, making sure not to over-peek out the corner. Rossi was the one who walked into his crosshairs, and that's just tiny little timings that allows Forsaken to capture that ace. Next round, PRX has been really good at going towards this ace site. T1 now, no longer aggressively pushing
I
out
thought
of
something
the
was going to happen. Maybe it will.
Forsaken goes back in for a bit of adventure. Uses the cyber cage to set up the spy camera.
Oh, the bait.
Does not
bait is
expect
good.
his brother on the other side. He only spotted it, went in for this camera tag. The rest of the team, though, has already made their way in, but because of the smokes, Cyan player able to take down Jinggg, something in for a bit of a trade. 2 players remaining. You've got Noted, you've got the Blade Storm.
Oh.
Comes down to sharp shooting. They know the angles. Something's prepared for it. Snaps back onto Izu's head. Triple kill on a hat trick now. He knows Executor right around the corner too. Doesn't have the spike though, so this is just gonna come down to kills. Can Executor be accurate enough to out-snipe this?
There's no way he suspects
Watches
this
down
fast,
the angle
right?
towards stairs. It's taken a little bit
He
too much
does?
time, so he brings back around.
Wow.
Catches something just as he peeks out. The shot through the engine block, and T1
Okay, they've
back
got a timeout there.
3-on-3.
Wolves 4-3 up,
This
let's
is
go.
starting to look
Wolves
like a
won that
PRX
2v2.
match for sure. It is fast and furious. And this time it's a bait and switch.
Go for the double
for
up. I mean, it's been some
Nice work
crazy
there with
pop-ups.
Izu to get his brother Jason to fall for it. Rossi holding that door nicely. Something almost
PRX
takes this
definitely
round.
is good by T1 to
These
start
huge
holding in
multi-kills
towards
for
tree because PRX definitely seem to have an emphasis on
Executor wants that. He is
going that way. We'll get
he's got
timeout
that
here.
serious.
Well, this timeout will
对，
end
如果两个都
first.
放上的话，显得自己在包点里面非常被动，所以导致后续的一波夹击是没有办法站稳脚。
对于 FPX 来说，其实他们在 A 点会经常会
Come on, Wolves
非常擅长去利用控场烟雾的一支队伍。他们在 A 点给的这个独木，其实感觉相比于这种单向烟的一个效果来说是有点一般的。
是。
就所以他们会不会去更改自己的策略呢？好像也没有，因为这一分我们从小地图看到，这个独木依旧是放在了 A。
坚强点，留意。
那
这个独木就是给你一个假心，让你猜我到底压还是没压。
侦查该区域。
看一下开局中路巡离箭直接给到。狼队暂停完回来之后，他们的思路应该是想要去控中。知道你也是个存钱分，打中路是一个不错的选择，但是
这个位置有点危险哦。
像后面的人在帮忙勾，但是正面 Life 已经倒了 ，Spring 接驾能力很强，先收一个。
第一时间续上了一颗烟，但是就是怕对手
So slow in comparison to this. Like this game has had two tech forces.
Cyan player could pick it up as well, and we see that all the time with T1 on this map.
Very potentially deadly stuff. I think there's also been a
Now
call
he
for
just got
Forsaken to be a
baited
little bit
by
more
someone shooting it.
careful about some of these corners where Executor is definitely marking him. Something on with the judge though is a very interesting thing. They've managed to go in and flood down the B site. Spike has been planted. Jinggg with the showstopper, although it doesn't quite land.
Trade, but they got Forsaken as well.
Comes in for the
They are retaking with 2
Mindfreak
ops.
trades right back. Paranoia sent out by Izu as they try to push back out from the door side. Shrouded steps into the smoke. Now they're trying to play around it.
Kill.
Definitely
Oh, no, he's not.
hears this. Goes back in just to pre-fire, but the run and gun doesn't quite work out. Something comes back in off of the information just to try to collect on these kills. But Quiet Langrange, Saya player connects the shot, swaps over the classic, and lands a great old one onto Mindfreak.
Is that a no-scope?
And Wolves one here.
Point blank op.
Flawless. Let's go.
Absolutely bonkers stuff. The pace of play is insane.
Planted.
I mean, this is just, oh no, the one-way Forsaken there. Just walking right underneath it. Yep. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
It's just there are no first rounds in that
I mean,
game.
Saya player still is that duelist that can always step up.
Massive kill by Saya, the classic.
He was
that the T1 classic?
As loud during kickoffs, but he definitely still had
Okay,
great performances.
we've only seen
especially
one
against
fight
Saya.
out towards A.
Up against PRX, it might be a little bit different, but right now, today, this is shaping up to be a bit of a challenge for PRX too.
We know how good he can be. And there's just no breaks
PRX.
on this game.
This is
I mean,
their first
is just a
C-exec, I
full-on
think.
C-hit. There is no hesitation with the Blade Storm to lead the way, trying to play off the back of these Seekers.
And T1 are just trying to respect PRX as well.
Oh, he ran past
Did
it.
not check the corner where Izu is. Right up around the side. Jinggg tried to go
Nice
for the trade,
snake
but
bite from
unfortunately
Izu,
shut
though.
down as well. T1 now having the numbers advantage,
And
gonna
now they
press
should
on
just
with
be
the pressure.
screwed, really.
You got the showstopper, the rocket at the ready, and it does land. Forsaken right underneath, not
Nice from
able to
T1.
deal with the
Really
close
nice C
corner duel.
retake.
Now Executor
Now,
coming
you
up
know
the
the
door,
PRX
they
probably
somehow
won't go C after that
encounter
round.
Mindfreak. And we've gotten the
And
round.
FPX won.
Gotten the lead. T1 moves forward.
Yep, flawless. for T1. Handling the pressure very nicely, not giving any opportunities for this aggressive style of PRX. Just having a good read on when they can strike, when they can get in some angles.
Trying to PRX with 2 ults and we lost.
And that's always, again, a problem that you see sometimes with PRX. I mean, Jinggg was trying to do something about it, but shot out of the air by Izu. Absolutely insane stuff for T1. They are already forcing that timeout. I don't blame Alex here. He needs to right the ship and right it fast. Definitely see if he can maybe get him to work the map a little bit more. Maybe see if they can put the tempo down a little bit.
Yeah, the safe split idea worked before when we saw it.
Walk in front of
they do have 4 ults. And they've gone too slow.
What are you going to do? I mean, they're brothers.
It is, yes. It is hard when you like know each other so well like that. Like day to day, you're just like, who's gonna have the better read on the other?
But I think it's also, I mean, they do have these strategies, they do have the set plans, but sometimes, perhaps, PRX things, you know, you mentioned the tunnel vision, overheating a little bit. They had the spike down on C. No real reason for something to continue pushing out all that far. You can admire the idea for Jinggg to try to go in for a trade, but after that, you know, without the numbers and the showstopper coming in from side player, it was just a bit of a tough round.
I mean, I'm sure in his mind, he's like, well, if I can just get towards their spawn and get to that raise before the raise gets the showstopper out, then I'll look like a genius. But that's PRX, right? Like, this is the way they play. It is high-octane gameplay, to say the least. And I don't mind the idea. I do
this round's cooked.
A little bit want to see Jinggg pull back there and then play a little bit further back, but it's going to be tough. No matter what, with that showstopper in play.
That's why it's a little bit of a tough position to be in. But at the very least, you can say that they have forced the hand of T1.
Yeah, economy's not great for PRX. They had to invest just about everything they had into this round, and it still came up short. It's still a Guardian and a Bulldog.
Okay. Forsaken still lurking. Not really finding all too much. This time the protocol's in towards C. Playing together, not extending too much right now. They've got Waterfall, they've got the door marked.
Another thing they've been doing a lot is some of these more aggressive flanks. These post plants.
Execute waiting for the door to tap. Waiting for the team too. Forsaken should be able to hear most of this. You can see that he's communicating into his team right now.
They open the door. Nice from T1. Now Devi's in an awful position.
Devi on the other side, a bit of a tap with the Phantom, but instantly traded. Spotted Execute through Waterfall.
So he opens the door and then TP's here. That's quite I mean, it's a bold strategy, Con. But it did work. And you know where the chamber is.
The timer's still ticking away. A bit more of a standard round as Jinggg alongside Mindfreak do their job at anchoring down this spike.
Okay, PRX hold on to it well. The triple flank, I think, on these C retakes, I'm not sure that's the way.
Probably told him exactly what you were looking at in that previous round.
Like, I don't hate it maybe as a one-off, but... And the initial thing was kind of cool, right? Like, the TP in here, off opening the door, creating pressure, clear this out, but... Again, for me, like, it's one of those things where this post plan the teams play, where they're all just back in this part. Like, when everyone is just back here, that post plan is shit. Right, that post plan fucking sucks. So it's kind of a weird thing where, again, you go for this triple flank, you almost force them to push this way, and that's, I think, good for them.
Cyber cage up again. We're back into that same C strat. T1 trying to adjust around it, reinforcing the site now with Rossi and Izu. Side player joining the team.
Trying to use that Prowler to set up Execute. And Izu, out of the air goes something.
Was that pre-aimed? I'm curious, but he definitely got that shot. Now PRX has to rethink.
Now Forsaken might want to take something against this angle. Although again, this has basically been T1. You know, we get this setup. Oh, but he catches him sleeping. And that's an ult.
Just a little bit further, an inch over the crosshair. Execute not able to fire off his operator.
Leave. Ult. Ult A. Ult A, little bro.
You've got the Neuro Theft as well, but Rossi coming back in to investigate. Great awareness.
Greed.
With the op now, though, picked up from his brother.
Oh my god.
Back over.
He wide swung that angle, opened himself up to 2, and had to check.
Oh man, 2-on-4. Jinggg has this showstopper.
And of course, someone will bail them out.
Both players able to do so much. Now just Pulls out the showstopper for a bit of security. Tries to blast back away into safety or hop away into safety, but Izu, playing off of his teammate, gets the information and plays.
Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing, man?
6-4, T1. The adjustments for both sides are great, but T1 still feeling that lead.
Well, she's Louise, Izu. Absolutely.
What are we doing?
I don't know how Rossi read that. That's insanity. I don't know if there was an accidental footstep or sound given over by Mindfreak, but that's just tremendous.
So last round.
And
Bro.
Forsaken.
Oh, not last
again,
round.
we're
I'm
seeing
trolling.
these
I'm
problems
trolling.
where PRX just starts to push more and more and more space on the map, but it gets to be too much too far. If Forsaken just kind of pulls back and holds a different angle, he doesn't offer himself to two potential angles that he has to worry about, and that's what ends up costing him. The timing, just too much.
So interesting setup here with the chamber ahead of the Viper's Pit. Yeah, he'll move after a little bit, but I like that idea. Defending the pit early, you probably don't expect that. You might see a bit of the pit, think, oh, let's walk up to it.
Trying to play around the door. You've got that Prowler being sent out something, just trying to land a shot, close the position. Good swing now coming through.
And then he gets it back across to A. Can we cage this?
And Izu doing a good job at anchoring. Despite, you know, still calling him a bit of a rookie, he is providing that impact. X here now landing these shots.
Oh, smoke. What are we doing?
And Mindfreak trying to buy all the time he can. Forsaken. Got one.
Forsaken's got to watch out for Rossi. Oh, good dink. But execute with the shorty jumping over.
Oh, he knows.
Wow. He knows.
He knows. He's been pretty
like,
good
if you just want to get across, just wait for Mindfreak to smoke this.
Doesn't mean he hasn't read it pretty damn well.
Why does everything have to be done now?
Good grasp coming in from T1.
I love it. I mean, but one of the concerns I have, and this is something I mentioned at the beginning, is that if you leave these sight lines open for X Great to pop off with the op, he's gonna knock you down.
T1 looks solid. Like, they look fundamentally solid.
Or at least, you know, they're not
right,
finding
like,
the right timings after smoking it off.
Decent ideas.
Allowed to punish it. And they
Good
are
team play.
on a buy, and they are on B.
Just look pretty good.
Okay. Oh, it's that night
Already found Forsaken. Nice.
Oh my god.
Pre-take.
Sound completely robbed, low health, and it's just.
I mean, this wasn't one of PaperX's
T1
good
spawned
maps.
so much
I still think they need to kind of figure out.
Decimate PaperX.
I think what they could do on this map is get something on Gecko on here as well.
Frontline players of PaperX again, and they don't have any ability to help off the back of it quick enough, and so you lose your two duelists.
The squad's been, split in half because of this.
I'd probably just like play meta,
earlier,
but with
Jinggg
Gecko.
died trying to plant the spike, but they're still able to recover the round. But this time, I don't. It's going to take some heroics from Dubai and Mindfreak.
Last player standing.
Not today, not for now. As we near the end of the first half.
Okay, that was 7-5.
And 8-4 shaping up for T1.
Doesn't seem great for Wolves, to be honest.
And I mean, just think about how it happens again. You've got all of these players from the side of T1, and they are just prepared to toss all of these haymakers against PaperX. That Nightfall, the Toxic
If
Screen
Vi
you were
wins this, I'll
mentioning,
buy PaperX bundle.
Paperthin, and
There's no way.
now the rest of them just collecting on these kills.
Look how fast
Oh
they
boy.
start swarming for Dubai.
All right, he look at the first. He knew that one was
There
coming
you
in
go.
from defender spawn, and that's why he turned around. But yeah,
Flip it if you want. Famous last words. Famous last words, me all you want.
8-4 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, this is great stuff from T1. All it took was that one time out.
Alright, we should have time to watch this pistol round.
一套阵容，但是要知道他们在进攻这种伤害型技能还是非常多的，他们这种清点能力是很强的，不管是纳米蜂群还是蛇吻，扑出来之后，其实很多拐角位你是很难
Thank God I'm kind of
但
broke.
如果你把对面放进包点去安置完爆能器之后呢，对于 FPS 来说，他们手包的技能就会变得更多了。他们每个窄口他们可以去架枪，可以去给技能，然后可以不停的去用幽影的单向烟去续，然后不停的去给自己去创造一个对枪的优势。那这个时候狼队要怎么办？
是。
所以我觉得对他们来说，可能要考虑要打得主动一点了。
Is everyone excited for EGG2? The big game of the day?
非常的夸张。
Evil geniuses?
他的击杀效率也变高了，
对，
来到了14个击杀。
What's the problem in PRX play right now? The problem is they're just too many. It's just disjointed, right? It's just like they're all trying to make the hero play. They're all just trying stuff, and it's just not there, to be honest. Okay, quite an interesting setup here. We got Cypher on B. Normally you see retake A. But this time they've kind of flipped the script. We're all coming in through short. What the hell is this? What the fuck is that?
现在对于点内的人来说怎么办？看一下，先打一个阿鲁巴已经被补掉了 ，YU 要面对个1v4，YU 在向后先藏住了，先收一个，而且把爆能机给打掉了。看一下 YU 这个位置已经被抽了一枪头，已经很尴尬了，而且在另外一个 Spring 已经倒了。YU 想做更多，但是柳银手正义不给他机会，直接穿射带走。
Well, that's probably GG for Wolves. What the fuck was that round?
Gotta like what you're seeing for T1. And now over to the attacker side. Again, generally this map. That's the side you're going to favor. A lot of work to be done by PRX, looking for some kind of mound hit here. They're just going to push.
Wow. Oh, I don't know how Grace is going to work out. Something able to trade off for Jinggg.
That snake bite? It was.
Sheriff has been dropped. Executor now on the other side, marking Pillar. Able to capture onto Forsaken. Mind Freak on the other side with the classic. Just peeks out at the right time, but goes in for the reload.
Is not it.
And Rossi just capitalizes. Something now with the swings,
and
all of a sudden Rossi, cold and alone, feels the pressure, needs to get the spike down at the very least. He has the timing for it, but PRX has the numbers.
Sheriff going to be grabbed by Devi, able to get a big chunk of healing. That could be a very, very important factor in how this round plays out, but PRX kind of gambled incorrectly here.
Haven't realized.
It's going to take some time, and now they realize, uh-oh.
Wow. Okay. So if you were in Rossi's shoes in this very situation, you can sense the timing of which PRX might take to rotate over back onto C. He's going to make use of this. There are some pings across the map.
Yeah, but he's ended up in quite a normal spot.
Oh, what?
That was really well played. Just keep swinging till your teammate gets there.
Peak strafes all the way over to the right. Let's Devi end it.
Here's that after image again. Trying to keep up with that. That's hard, man. I mean, you expect him to stop, right, at some point?
Yeah.
But he just keeps going. You expect
Oh
him to try
no.
to shoot back. You know, you got to stop to get the aim steady to this game. Devi is just waiting. He knows it.
We're having fun.
That's all according to plan there. He's like, I'm just going to keep going, Devi. You swing on the back of it if there's contact and get the kill.
Another tech?
It's a good shot. A bit of a tech pause again as the players trying to correct their equipment or audio issues. But for now, PRX coming back in with this pistol. They are now 8-5.
Come on, Wolves. Gotta win this one.
That's right. On the defending side, I think it's that Pacific thing. We're doing Pacific things of pushing out defense. T1 just not quite. Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. These are only things that happen in Pacific, it feels like sometimes.
Don't win the game.
I mean, this is what makes Pacific so fun, is we're a little off the rails. And that's a good thing. I mean, come on. Two out of the top 3 teams in Madrid were Pacific.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for us, all right?
Still waiting for the one team to, possibly Shanghai or Champions Korea, maybe.
It's happening this year.
It has to.
Look, this is all right. I'm just coming out there, going with
Because
the big
the
prediction.
spike to Yoru just TPs across to
either
A.
Shanghai or in Seoul, there will be a Pacific team that lifts a trophy this year.
Has to be.
Just saying.
Oh, he's got the spike.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah. That won't come back to bite me at all.
Well, I guess we'll find out. But
Playing for the 5v5 retake.
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, I think it's also just really lovely to see how, PRX, although it's taken a bit of time and they haven't had that much time to adjust, they're still able to just plug and play, go into the game, and you have some of these ideas where Forsaken peeks out of pillars, Mindfreak tucks and hides underneath that box where he actually is able to peek out and collect on a few more kills.
Yeah, there's these extra
Launch
layers
Yoru
of what
looks
PaperX
good.
does. That
His
makes it
Yoru looks
so
good.
tricky, right? Because it feels like they're kind of just W keying at you. Like, obviously that's their motto, but they actually kind of don't at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like, like somebody's gonna W.
I'm with TPing away. It's over. It's over.
Right? Something's pushing way out there, but he's quick to react to be like, "Oops, I overdid it," and he still has the dash, so he can piece out. But then there's the other side.
It's
of it coming,
over.
And then there's another layer to it because, like you said, there's the Forsaken there, and then Mindfreak as well, and they hide it. So there's actually a lot of strategy that goes into what PaperX does. People kind of
Why are we playing so passive,
a
bro?
little bit upset in a way because there's actually quite a bit going on underneath the surface. There's sort of like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Maybe like.
I'm gonna start fucking 0-2. Fuck me.
Ducks are like really smooth on top of the water, and it looks like they're just, like, and then underneath,
floating.
But underneath, it's like
they're actually paddling.
Yeah, but it's not quite right. That's not good enough.
I'll take it actually. Or there's that picture of the iceberg where like underneath.
Yes.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more.
It looks shallow, but it's actually quite deep. I think that's better.
My Wolves to Shanghai hopium has gone down. Because like, if they could beat FPX,
it didn't even occur to me until
then it's like, okay, you can do it. Or even if you play close to FPX, you'll probably be fine.
They can actually convert that pistol win into even more rounds.
But it is worrying, isn't
We
it?
have yet to see because another thing that they're always known to do is to sometimes overheat a little bit too much. T1
It is worrying that like FPX, how bad they looked at international. And then you watch them here and it's like, wow, what a team.
Prepared against PaperX.
Yeah, and T1 is happy to brawl too. Like, if that's what it comes down to, then T1's got the players to do it. No doubt that they are just as capable mechanically. So it's just a matter
This
of getting
could work,
yourself
though.
in the right places at the right time.
You should
reading
hear them.
things correctly. So the first half, absolutely they had a good read on it. Absolutely, this is a map that T1 has always been favoring since this new roster was put together. You can see why. And I mean, obviously, X-Curate's a big part of it on that chamber. He has so many
Okay, but the damage is good.
options to really utilize that agent to its fullest. And I'm thinking maybe some
There's
other
no way
teams
you're
should look
walking
into it.
forward on this. There's no fucking way you walked forward!
See how they make use of that operator a lot, chamber especially, and we're always talking about how we want to see more teams pick up the chamber, maybe Ye back on it. We haven't seen it so far.
Nice!
X-Curate is one of these players.
Time!
alongside
Run!
Lotus, who has
Run, motherfucker!
definitely shown us how to make use of this, how to use that rendezvous with the trademark, and he really puts himself in these positions where he marks a lot of these angles, and it makes it a little bit oppressing for some of the PaperX players to peek out of, unless they kind of have an idea that he's around the corner.
Do I like the comp? What FPX is called?
Again, PaperX
I mean,
doesn't account for it enough,
Viper's pretty
right?
good.
To be fair,
First
it's hard. It's hard.
The Yoru is
It's
interesting.
hard. Like, because like eventually.
Wait,
you're
that
gonna
was
run
their
out of
snake
utility.
bite.
You know what I mean? If X-Curate's is
Thank you,
disciplined
Autumn.
enough, there just isn't enough utility
Obviously, it's their
available and around
their
to deal
snake
with it.
bite.
That being said, I still felt like
Do
there
I
were
like this?
opportunities for PaperX to do a little bit more to try to make them uncomfortable. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. But I think a lot of teams can.
I'm
run
not sure about the
chamber on this
Killjoy.
map. I mean, obviously, yeah, Laz is the first one that comes to mind. You can still kind of do the same kind of things.
But
as
yeah,
T1
I think that
does. Throw double operator, throw it over to
the
depth.
3 Deafen agents
Look, I
plus
think
Viper
Chamber's
plus
just
Sentinel.
fine on most maps. I think Ascent is about the only map
I think
where
that
it's
these
like, well,
three
you're mostly better off
plus
playing
Viper
Killjoy no matter
plus
who you are.
something
But,
is
know,
pretty
It
good.
is what it is.
Right.
I'll be curious to see. I mean, Alex did hint during the.
Like it
event
makes
that they
sense,
do
right?
have a
You've still got
chamber
flashes,
somewhere.
Who's
Trying to
right?
think what
You've
map
got
it
the
could
Deafen
find
effects.
maybe,
But
You've
who's
got
gonna
the
be one to blame
information.
the chamber?
I think Forsaken.
You know,
And,
yeah, it's fine.
I kind of wish I had a Chef Toke here next to us so that I can, I'm cooking.
Well,
Forsaken Chamber versus X-Curate's Chamber.
I mean, that would be.
Oh.
That's just a dream. I mean, that's.
I mean, yeah,
everybody
Killjoy is still good
in
on
the
the
world
set.
will lose their mind, and that's okay. That's a good thing.
Nice,
I mean,
Aluba.
because then I think well, mine.
You should have a free kill on this
Something
Viper.
plays a lot of Gecko, so you can do that on Bind. So you can play Chamber.
Nice.
Jing on the Rays, something on the Gecko, Divide on the Sky.
Big Cypher ult.
And then
Forsaken on the Chamber.
yeah, Mind Freak. Yeah, and then Mind Freak on like Brimstone or whatever you want to do. I think that could be their bind comp. I don't know.
You never quite know, but
Let's
the
go.
fact that there is that
Nice, good round.
is always a
Good
lot of
fucking
fun.
round.
And it just makes you think, how much PaperX has prepared
Any
for
100%
this,
pick'ems
how
for me
they're
yet?
gonna get Jinggg back into peak form for
Let's
this
see.
roster to take
China,
on
I got
all
Wolves wrong, so
of East
no.
Pacific.
And it
I'm
hasn't-
not doing that well in China.
And I can tell that Jing is uncomfortable. Like you can tell that Alex wasn't just messing around during.
Yeah.
Any MEA?
It does
I got
take a little
Fnatic and
bit of
BBL.
time.
I picked BBL for some
Yes,
reason.
for Jinggg, it's just,
In Americas,
still
I picked Lev.
back to being in a different country,
And
being
in
back with the
Pacific,
team. It's a bit of a
I'm right,
reunion,
but
at
I
the same
picked Paper
time, there
Rex here.
is work to be done. There's that rendezvous. What a peak.
Well,
That's winnable? Yeah, that's
it's gonna be
somewhat
Jinggg with
winnable.
The Outlaw here. You kind of expect the Vandal and the Outlaw to be swapped between those two players, so kind of an interesting idea coming through. T1's going to try to flood. Only one.
Just in terms of preference players and the positioning that they have, PaperX has the
Well, they got one, but
T1 tries to barrel
pretty good for
through, but
PaperX.
Shovels them down. It's
Divine
gonna
might be the best
PaperX, of
Spectre
course,
user in the
coming
world.
back in. Now Mindfreak.
C9 won? They did. You missed the C9 game? That was a crazy game. Remember, we're looking for good and bad rounds.
Lead. And yeah, X-Curate's going to stick with it, it looks like. Jinggg there, just a little bit off, and that second shot does kick. Outlaw can be a bit of a mule.
In we go.
So, decent,
Extra with the
weaponry available for
attacking
PaperX. This might
naked
catch him
up.
a little off guard. Oh my god, that util.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Managed
I
to
mean, you
bait it
saw a
off.
lot there, so yeah, you're gonna
Still
be
enough
running
information to know
for the
that
hills.
primary forces of PaperX are around the A site, so the go signal towards C. Forsaken has to stay tucked away. He's got some of these cages, he's got some trips, but is it going to be enough to deal with the full forces
Yeah,
of
he
T1?
caged a bit too
Saya
soon.
with the blast pack peak, able to take him
Oh!
What? Something through the smoke! A bit of a skewer and two hits just get pierced. Now the three of them, remaining T1 players, pushing down into defender spawn. X-Grid's got the operator, able to make use of it.
It's not planning for them.
Trying to be vocal about what he needs. The rest of the team trying to come back into support, but Jinggg just with the patience to
Tap it.
tap on the brakes a little bit. Hide inside of this dark cover provided by Mindfreak, and sticking the defuse all the way through.
Oh, they
X-Grid
just
has
stuck.
to peek
What are we
out.
doing, T1? Hello? Any round planners?
That you're afforded when PaperX takes you to school.
If these guys are gonna push CT, plan for CT, bro.
Bonus round collected.
I mean, I'm speechless. Sometimes I feel after I feel like I've seen it all with PaperX. Something does this.
Oh, that's unlucky, but
Please explain. Please explain. Nice. It's unreal. A great post plant there from Mindfreak, holding in that smoke.
that's a big loss.
And then I think when X-Curate switched back over to the op, it might have given his position away just a little bit. The barrel on that thing's so long.
Yeah.
And it does cost them going into that early op. I mean, he found a good kill, but the rest of the team not really able to adjust. I mean, again, it's
Just refusing to give up.
unfair what something did to them.
To give up A. They destroy the camera.
It's just a little bit of unfortunate timing for T1.
Dug
you know?
out B.
And just great plays from something to go around the door at the right time, but whatever it is now, Prowler being spent to just deal with the trip wires. They know that Forsaken's right around the corner. Didn't quite expect him to peek out at that time, though. Takes down Carpe. A couple more players going his way. Izu with a Sheriff able to cut down Forsaken at his knees. And now it's down to
Again,
the
the
rest of
triple
PaperX
flank.
to try to recover from this
I don't want this against the Nico.
assault.
Oh, Jinggg.
Oh, tries to peek out.
Great patience.
X-Grid's still on the bit of
Oh,
that
and he
flank,
read it and he
able
still
to catch
lost.
on to Mindfreak. The rest of the players from PaperX still up the
Oh,
front.
you gotta hit that.
Something with the operator.
You can't let him kill too. Oh my goodness.
Already knows where to look. Jinggg, feeling a bit of the pressure, tries to hop away. Has the paint shells, he spends it. But
Wow,
the
massive
entire
thrifty
site
for T1.
engulfed in smoke. Izu with the
Come on,
stinger is
Wolves,
the
win
one
this.
who ends his life.
We can win this, Wolves.
Chaos. That's the best word to describe this. Chaos.
They need to. Why are we going with 4 on A? Just fucking use 3. What are they doing?
I mean, Forsaken loses that battle again. A few
Like,
timing
what's
things just
something
go
doing?
the wrong way for PaperX, and T1 is so
Just
quick
have
to
something
punish
on B.
X-Curate, looking like his brother. Remember, his brother just running people over on the other side of the map,
He's
winning
taking
tools
a
you don't think
timeout.
he's going to have any business winning, and he just does it right back to him.
For
Insane.
sure. I mean, he instantly knows, again, like, where to post himself up, where to mark these positions.
Okay, this is
Plays
not
around
a
the timing of the rotations,
situation I'm
timing
really
of each
familiar
of some
with.
of the,
This deep
opposing
Wolves.
team's
Why the
players.
fuck have we drawn our battle
What I wanna
lines
point out is,
back
interestingly
here?
enough, T1 has these
Who are we waiting for?
side where they make use of Rossi and Izu's smokes. You got that poison cloud right next to Izu's dark cover, and it just provides that much more.
He got a kill. He got a kill off the trip.
Impressive for a player like Jinggg
Yes!
to peek into them.
No doubt. You're absolutely right. That was a really rough spot for Jinggg. He's trying to do what he can
Nice.
to use his paint shells to clear that space that you're talking about, but it didn't really happen. Now you're going to have Op,
Nice
Odin,
flash.
tour de force.
Win this. No, kid.
The big guns.
Devi has, okay, a bulldog. I was like, Devi, you got a
Oh, bro. Are we blind?
Stinger.
Not
Well,
this guy.
If it's any consolation prize, most of the Paper X players are walking away from their ultimates. Jinggg has his rocket, and is that enough? You know, you can't really just blind showstopper against a player like Xperience.
Jinggg got tagged up a little bit by that Odin spam.
Yeah, they were in a 5v3. Then they were Cypher ulted, bro. You can't lose that.
Around Mound, being marked by Saya player of all things.
Right, they did put something on C.
It's just trying to deter
Ooh,
them
a
from
secondary
pushing
25
further into the A
HP.
site. Now that that rocket has been spent, the rest of Paper X are thinking, let's rotate over to defend another part of the map. It's going to be that Boombot that gives something a bit of a tell, so he's able to punish Saya player. That
Okay,
Op
T1 with a
is
good read, though,
now
to retake
dropped.
A this time.
Jinggg actually caught Carpe for quite a bit of damage on that showstopper. Only 25 HP left. No way to
Something
heal that
is
up.
running
You have
across.
to try to bully your way through X-Curate.
Stairs, though.
Yeah, Devi's got to be so careful.
Izu's they're trying not to tell Paper X what they're doing. Now that the dark cover
Contacting
comes
up with the op.
Paper X
Nice
definitely
idea.
aware. The jump
What a shot.
Can't do that too often now,
Ooh,
but
that's not
Devi
great.
peeks out at the right time. Slays 2, looks for the third.
Wow, Devi
1, 2, and 3. The fourth for Jinggg. Paper X 9
wins the round. Wow.
Uncle Devi getting it done there. Great timing. Look, he calls himself Uncle, so
Yeah.
I'm allowed to as well. That's my logic there. I mean, this is just great timing from him.
Oh, come on.
To find
Come on,
you know,
Coldfish.
that's first of all, a great shot from X-Curate. Hitting,
No, no, this guy can't die.
and then the timing here to get two flashes immediately.
Jumps
and then,
out.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant individual play
GG.
from Devi that wins that round. That's, you know, he's been so good on Sky for so long. I love to watch him play it.
Kind of looks like Alex almost lost his mind.
No way!
Wow. At least Mind Freak managed to take him out midair, but great opening from Saya player with the rockets. Forsaken now peeks out off of it. Paper X presses the go signal along with the Seekers.
I have the
Forsaken
spike.
2 kills from that Phantom. X-Curate, the only one left, comes back in to try to retrieve the spike, but he's got so many targets. There is that Jinggg move.
Very much the Paper Rex way of
return.
dealing with that.
Love it. It's just like coming back home to mom's cooking, man. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
seeing Jinggg.
Okay, T1
use that
struggling
land
on their
the flashback
attack.
and then hit your head on a dime. Absolutely nuts. This push out on the back of these Seekers. I mean, this is what I love about Paper X when Devi is on the Sky.
They haven't
the way
taken
they
the
play
time
off
out
his
yet, I don't
utility.
think, in the second
Saw
half, have they?
way earlier in this half when they pushed out from A and followed his Trailblazer. That time you saw it with Seekers. He's great at setting up his duelists with flashes, setting up himself with flashes. Just such a good Sky player. as
Okay, they
well.
almost bait it with Forsaken.
Strong individual players all across, and yeah, everyone knows how to work off of it. This is why this team works so well. They've got the synergy, they've got the chemistry. Something still safe enough. The door swung open. Forsaken finds his own frag. Spike dropped, and it's T1, you know, not able to.
Okay, they got Jinggg here as well, but with Forsaken dead,
They're gonna have to
could
change
cause them
directions.
some problems.
I
They're
don't-
gonna
I
be
don't
worried
really
about
think they
B.
want to mess with this C site, but they may think about waiting it out, seeing if they can get some rotates out of Paper X. Paper X, they can be a little bit antsy, but they can spread themselves a little bit thinner. They can put Jinggg over
Oh,
on
Devi,
B,
you
keep
can't
Devi
leave,
at A,
bro.
just to keep eyes on it. But I
They
think
got
this
this
is the right
Viper
read
to create
here
some
from
pressure.
T1 to try to go
The flash,
over
did
towards
T1
A.
hear
Still
this
has to fund
flash
the
out
shadows
A?
if things don't
They
look
did,
great,
but they decided
and
to
that's why I think
stick
part of
with
the
it.
reason that Paper X
Come
is
back to
spreading the
C.
map like they are, but
And
some
wait for
attention
something to
paid
do
over
that.
there. Saya player, fast kill onto something.
Great punish.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds now, they have to go in, but Mind Freak.
Oh, nice
He
ball.
has been stepping
Hey,
up.
by
We saw
Mind
what he's
Freak,
capable
though.
of in
Wow.
Madrid, and now he's coming back in to collect on 3 more skulls. As T1 drops to the ground, it's 10-9 now. Paper X have won 3 rounds in a row. The streak is starting to build.
Well, Remember when I said I had the PRX script? They start slow.
No, Wolves, it's
then
over.
They come back. It is the way of the PRX, my friend.
Life is 28 and 13.
It's just amazing. Now you got an outlaw here, knowing that it's going to be a weaker buy with the Blade Storms as well for something.
Nice.
Love this little cheeky purchase.
It's all across half armor. It's just such great game sense and awareness.
Oh, Aluba, you gotta get a kill, son.
The leg room, but there's that shot. Try stop draft away, but not too bad with the stinger. Carpe will be able to gun him down.
That's a 3v3.
Face your fear.
Really? Wow, committing into this. Side player down to 5 HP though. They have to be a little bit careful. At least the trails will alert them as to where some of these PRX players are positioned, but they had no idea. A couple more coming through the door, and that's gonna be T1. Unfortunately, not quite able to secure it.
Is it over?
They had the Viper's Pit up and everything, and you could see the idea
Sad.
that they wanted to go for, but unfortunately, just not quite able to deal with this aggression from PRX.
Well, and I think that's part of what PRX is waiting for their timing on this retake flood. They
Lulz losing.
Pit online, so they
That's
know
not your best
planting
work.
it. They know what the idea is.
Hey, T1 finally take a timeout. I mean, bro, you've been getting fucking destroyed. You won one thrifty.
Exploit the timing there.
You were up what? What was it? 8-4?
Really smart from PRX guys. I mean, that's not just
7,
random.
11,
That's like
9.
they knew what they were doing there.
Oh,
We say
that's
that
tough.
it's aggression, and yeah, it's definitely not random. Already so cognizant and aware of
TMV going through with Wolves, what I go through with GE.
The Nightfall, I think, was the signal. And Mindfreak was just
I mean, they're playing FPX, who are, by Chinese standards, good.
T1 having to adjust now.
But they
They've lost their
should have
lead.
beat fucking Tech.
They've had some
Fuck
brick rounds in this
me.
first half. But onto the attack. I mean, how do you deal with it?
It's a great question.
So far in the second half, they've only won one round, Paper Thin.
I think you got to start playing with the map a little bit. I think you got to make sure there's no early aggression. Set up for some early attempted picks on any PRX push-outs, and then start working the map.
Wolves need Pedro
towards A,
Neto.
cut over through baby door towards B. Drift over towards C. Rotate back to A. Stuff like that. You keep PRX a little bit more off balance. Don't give them the opportunities to kind of set up for you, to put you in their crosshairs, to put you in their crossfires.
Yeah, let's see what T1 changed, because they've always been on the back foot. You know, PRX obviously are a team that are going to set the tempo a lot, but I think they need to chill. Right, we don't need to be sprinting around places when PRX pushes somewhere. Right, just fucking chill a bit. Make them wonder, make them guess.
Good ideas from Coach Autumn. Yes.
Hold like this. This is better. Why did it take us this long though?
Collecting
What the
orb.
fuck have they done?
PRX has no choice but to let them.
Now you put Saya player one away from a showstopper, and he's going to be left as the anchor over here to try to buy a little bit of attention. He's looking for that pick. He would love to get that, and then he can maybe showstopper in and really sell this fake.
I'm thinking about beat killer. Alright, side player. Satchel's away. PRX hears it. They're reading the movements. Mindfreak instantly goes over onto Baby Door just to check. Still a little bit worried about something with this judge. Oh, ooh, okay. Airstream's back in. Paper Thin, I am so nervous.
I can tell.
Well, this should be a
It's okay.
free one for Saya. Oh, he just TP'd away. Oh, but he TP's back.
Now you've got a lot of cover.
No. Oh my god. So lucky that showstopper.
Great mechanics to dodge it, but he knows he has to watch out for a Saya player still. T1 building up on this. Off of Autumn's strat calling. Carpe executing it. Everyone pushing up forward now. They have the sight.
It's going to run out of time.
Slow and steady default into A, and it just works out
So yeah, I mean, this was better by T1 straight away, rather than just like instant panic react. Like, take your time, wait for it. I don't know what PRX were doing, to be honest.
Kills, but T1, great adjustments coming through.
Exactly what I wanted to see. It worked great. I love it. Coach Autumn, I really highly rate him in the way that he works with this team, the way he gets them into the right places. Sometimes they kind of lose their heads a bit. And now he's like, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. We don't need to play into PRX's game. We don't need to be dragged down in the mud. You know, we need to kind of rise above it all, keep our feet dry.
Okay, let's see then. Something gets an all.
A little bit
He's
more
on A.
consistent game. It works that time. Now, what's going to be the adjustment for PRX? Well, take a little bit of a space here. This isn't super unusual, obviously. Now, something with an operator.
PRX, you just want to get something here.
A little tough. It's being accounted for in some respects by T1. You can see a few of their players in spawn, sort of waiting this out. But how much further is something willing to go? Oh, he got Rossi.
There you go. He gets the kill. Now no Viper. Now you can play back. Again, now if you're Divide, you can leave him because there's no Viper.
Now you've got
so now
all
they
of
can't
these
go away.
trap setups all up around C. Saya player just trying to do the same thing that he did before in case PRX pushes out. But nobody's found. Forsaken goes for a bit of stray. Tracer rounds spotted.
We got 3
PRX
people here.
knows. Good positioning so far from PRX.
He was half a second away from getting that kill, was Forsaken. If he had pulled that trigger just a little bit sooner, he might have found one. Already seen a couple through the smokes.
Right.
They got to work the map, but now PRX has planted their feet. They're not really biting on much. Divide, gonna get this kill. Yep.
I mean, he's trying to work the map. But
Okay, and then they see no one else there.
On his own. They know that they are running out of options. Don't want to go to A because the operator's there. B has been blocked off. No choice but to barrel through into C, but that's where Forsaken is.
Oh,
Good
okay,
shot.
Jinggg got that kill. They should be fine.
But when it comes down to it, running out of space, running out of time, Izu tries to thread the needle, but
12-10. Chances for PRX to close it out.
Yeah, and it's great counter moves here from PRX where they're just like, wait.
And that was a good plan by PRX. Like, that's just playing to your win conditions, especially when the Viper dies.
Don't give them the ability.
Yeah, you're gonna get something up ahead. He gets the kill on the Viper.
So they have that information, so they know that they don't have to commit to anything else, and they can hang on. And you get that pick on Rossi, you know he's probably going to be on the edge, so you know you can stay at C. The change up in the tripwires there for Forsaken also very good because it caught the landing zone of Saya, gave him a free kill.
Okay.
It's a lot of those little things.
It's precisely like you said, but right now T1 going back to those lurks that we wanted to see from Xcurt before. Operator versus operator.
Okay, got Jinggg across. Passive A, kind of dig this as well.
But nonetheless, a bit of a lurk. T1 trying to work the map.
They've done a good job of keeping something off balance with that operator for the most part, other than the previous round. Able to clear.
Tries the trip as well. That's good. Good for PRX. Even though it
Something
gives away that he's
he's
still
just gonna
here
hold the
somewhat.
angle.
Like,
And so you know it's not B, so you can kind of put 2-2, right? You know it's not going to be
it just means that they're not going to go B, basically.
or wherever you feel like they're going to go. In fact,
it means that they're not going to take that risk. And
here.
it feels like
Jinggg
PRX again. They got the right read.
His way over to A.
Yeah. PRX just really.
The only thing that they don't know is they
how
don't know if someone has already
can
looked up.
T1 really work their way around this. They don't want to explore B all too much. Now kind of planted their feet firmly in the sand for A site. You need those protocols to carefully clear and check every single one of these bounds. First of all, tree going through. Paranoid's been sent out.
Straight by
Tree's
Divide.
coming in, but look at
Okay,
the
probably
number of
GG.
reinforcements that
There you
PRX
go.
has. Divide.
Nice from PRX. I mean, T1's attack side there, it felt like they were getting bossed about a bit. You know, in terms of like where they were going to go. They didn't lurk enough for me. You know, they had to. I don't know. They were a bit simplistic. I think they played into PRX's hands.
Even when you feel like you've got them on the ropes, that you've got the read on them, they just can flip a switch, and they are a different team in a heartbeat. You see it time and time again. Go back and look at a bunch of PRX games and look at their first maps. And look at how they start. So many times they're down pretty heavily early.
To Bedge I go? Where the fuck are you from, Homester?
The idea is
America, maybe?
Change, and they just turn it on.
You know, it comes from Coach Alex after round 17 in his timeout. So our desk will break down all of that. What exactly
Wolves
happened?
game? I don't think it'll be on yet. Oh, he's starting sometime soon. Okay, we'll run a quick ad. Oh.
PRX once again remains
Yeah, that's a big win for PRX.
as one of the
Australia, it's 1 a.m.
here. And continuing
Shit.
on Lotus, I know T1 has been working on Lotus
right, let me just go and get a quick bite to eat as well.
And they came closer this time.
Hope you're gonna get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
连续提士气的操作，然后让队伍找回可能在训练赛或在平时他们在不管是自己选手 rank 的一些状态，训练赛的一些状态，能够找到比赛里面来，这个是最好的。
对，就是感觉队伍里面他比较缺少就是几个比较稳定的那种选手吧，就是能够去兜底的。
但其实，在上一个 BO3 打 TEC， 就阿鲁巴已经很兜了。
他确实，他作为控场位，他能做到的事情就只有那么多了。
对，你想2张地图，后2张地图，阿鲁巴拿到60个击杀，但是现在
你要想，就一场比赛，如果只有一个人能兜，如果一直是他兜的话，其实这场比赛还蛮危险的。
对，就你确实其他人需要站出来。 要形成一个蝴蝶效应，然后一个连带效应。
轮流站起来。
对，就你有一个选手能够站出来发挥，然后你能够把其他的一些队友能够把这个状态士气带起来，这个才是一个很好的良性循环。
是的。
我们可以看一下 FPX 的一个阵容情况，他们是拿到了一套相对来说自己非常熟悉的一套阵容啊，双烟，然后3烟，这是，哎，
幽影蝰蛇星坠。 他们是把之前的一个阵容有一点点改动哦，是
而
不要上伯乐了。
对，狼队是一个相对来说比较常规的阵容。
对
，FPS 3烟，上一个3烟回顾一下，是当时 Loud 拿出来的3烟，当时在去年的全球冠军赛，然后在员工重镇拿到的3烟，
就。 把这个幽影不对，上伯乐的一个位置给替换掉了。
对，
拿3烟，我还是头一回见。
哇，3烟对于整个地图打到后面，有可能真的就是各种不同颜色的一些烟雾，然后你在里面穿梭，
星际穿越了各种颜色的烟。 但是还蛮期待的哦，这条全新的阵容，不愧是FPX。我们赛前有聊到，就是他们是一支非常喜欢科研的队伍。
现在对于狼队来说，其实他们会有点烦，就他们可能在就想到对手有可能选图会选到莲花古城，然后他们可能会根据之前的一些比赛经历，然后去做一些针对性的布置。但是结果来到了这个第一赛段之后，突然间 FPS 又给你换了另外一套阵容体系。
是的。
那这个甚至3烟，我觉得你在全世界范围内都很难去找参考。 在莲花古城这场，
没错没错，很少，几乎找不到的。
OK， 进入到比赛，地图是来到了莲花古城，进攻方狼队，防守方是FPX。
看到手枪局这近点的位置的话，阿阳想要去前顶。
What are the games in Pacific tomorrow?
单向烟。 这个独木虽然说进攻方给的，但是第一时间没有打。
Alright, what are they cooking up?
对来说好头疼啊，这么多的烟。
The triple controller?
里面有一些能打这种。
Bro, they've given us a chance. We have a chance.
会稍微相对来说方便一些，但是没有啊。
We have a chance.
阿阳的一个眩晕光波。
而那个是对面的，对狼队来说他们自己没有。
对，我是说阿阳他们这种打这种3烟的一个情况
啊，对他们可以自己去打一个藏烟闪，踩雷飞剑直接给过来了 ，Life 先被逼退。 把点直接放出来，但这个回防怎么打呢？第一时间看一下拐角 ，Spring 是在的，而且阿鲁巴先收了一个，把 Life 给打掉，2个人直接过来做了一波协同。
Nice.
正面阿鲁巴和 Coldface 是成功顶住了压力，2打4。
Nice lurk, yeah, lurk against these fools.
Link 的位置到了。
Wait for contact before you go. In a 4v2.
他对 YU 很熟悉，知道 YU 有可能要绕。
但这个障碍第一时间消散了，得往前挪一挪，先把右边清右边。 看到左右都有人，
是右边看一下，忽略了右边 Spring 藏得很好，先抓了一个把 Autumn 给打掉。现在1v3。
First always talk about, oh, you gotta be confident, take your timings. Not in a 4v2, you don't.
打赢这波残局了52滴血，时间不够了，对，时间也不够了。那最后没问题。
Let's fucking go！
首枪局狼队是成功拿下。
是。
想一想，好像也就只有打 B 点会是一个非常好的选择。
是的。
就 A 点有很多烟，然后同样 C 点也是的。
就这一波小到这个 Link 的位置，第一时间是没有扛得住啊！阿鲁巴是进来打了2个
啊，这个 AP 连扛住了压力，而且在近距离的情况下，这个 AB 连的标配是有点无解的，就近距离不停的去用3连发，然后去闪身 pick， 有点不太。
Come on, come on, Wolves! Let me know when the
1比0。
看
一下狼队
thingy game starts.
来到自己的枪械优势局。
But yeah, what were the
数尾第一时间这个单向也还是照常给下来。
do my wolves chant?
因为其实作为 FunPlus 这个3A 的阵容的话，在前期只能依
Well,
靠
Aluber
这
isn't
个
on
烟雾
Viper,
的
so
技
it
能
doesn't
去
quite
拖
work
延
as
这个
well.
放的时间。
But
柏林好像先
是
抽
C
了一
大
个，
Fuck me.
抽掉了一个。
把 Y 给打掉，而且 Y 又是起了
on
枪的，
Viper.
所以
Oh,
对
we
方要赶紧往这
gonna
边去
get
分，
you.
不能
We've
让对面
got
去把它捡
Coldfish,
起来。
Spring
但
and
是看一下
Blix.
另外一边
Oh
，Coldfish
yeah,
这个
they're
进来也抓
electric.
了
We're gonna fucking lose this round against a fucking eco, cause we're stupid. Lurking on B, on your own against Classics. What the fuck are you doing? Let's go, Spring. Let's go get a kill. Let's win this fucking round. Don't throw the game.
爆能技能安置吗？好像可以。Spring 在找，他已经知道了欧坦的站位了，有一个近大远小，先抓一个把欧坦
I've nade again.
这波3v3的回防对 FPS 来说其实是挺难的，丢丢是丢掉了，但是看一下正面，阿阳先吃了一个，能多打一个把克里斯也收了，阿鲁巴面对 1v2 的残局，这个口碑会能收到吗？阿阳。赶紧低头，先稍微规避一下，不停的去骚扰，然后有皮蛋拍到了阿鲁巴。
We lost to a fucking loud Classic.
这个包是可以拆的呀，剑影过来，但是听到声音了。刘一用标配收掉了阿鲁巴。阿阳在关键时刻站了出来，
These Chinese teams would win champs if they just bought pistols every round.
True, Bob Corporation. True. Thank you, Sally.
看一下这一波回放。前期哦，本来是
For the 14 months. Has it been that long?
而且这个中路的慢摸，其实这种
I always like figuring out when that meant people sub. So that means what? You're a lock-in sub?
B 点是一个非常近距离的一个交火点，就这种拐角是特别多的。你要搜的点很多，那你但凡有一个没搜到，那对手标配其实一人打你一枪你就没了。
是。现在阿阳的中音技能冲的也比较快。
Come on, Spring.
一个点就打。
We need you.
这一波是一个3A 的重防。
Wolves also got fucked in real life. I don't know if you saw it. Any Premier League watchers? Wolves also got fucking screwed. I mean, I personally think it was offside, but.
作为对手的话，其实像有鬼眼啊、踩雷飞剑之类的一些限制性的技能，想不停的给对手一些压力。
你别说 FPS 感觉挺擅长去使用这个树屋的门的，
对，
不停的去开关门。
阿阳这个位置哦，还能退，门第一时间是碎了。
单看一下 Spring pick 过来，他是一把狂徒，想找机会。
再蹭
Come on, Spring! Oh.
已经看到了，但是 Spring 这个点位会有点尴尬哦，他是没有办法反穿对手的，对面能穿。
Nice. Come on, Spring. You gotta get 4 probably this round at least.
而且 Spring 差一个点数有大，就这。
I mean, this guy's damaged.
Spring 很关键。
Just let Spring swing first.
多打一个有大了，能不能多打一个？没有，阿阳
Go pick up his rifle.
看一下后续 Autumn 直接补枪补过来，而且
Don't get killed from behind.
飞尘也没什么说法了 ，Coldfish 也是直接被打掉。
Right, you've got to lurk against triple controller. No fucking. No fucking sentinels. Lurk, motherfuckers, lurk.
门碎了之后，第一时间前点是给了血晕光波之后，跟自己的队友其实做出的一些动静还比较大的。
对。
所以导致后续狼队对于这个 A 大脱节的时间稍微有点长。
对 ，Wait, John's there.
2比1。 而且阿阳的终极技能好
Is John playing?
Spring 对 Spring 也有晚安焰火。
来了。
奥丁开穿。
熟悉的奥丁。
是的，但是看一下 FPS， 他们不停的去利用这个
要打前压
旋转门去进行防守前压，顶出来了，这个丢到很多人。
Oh no！
后面刘一手点了2个了，而且还有重力织锦的配合。
Why are we fighting A when they've got such a good A fight, bro？
也是应该是猜到了，因为他把再加一个 C 大的默认。
I thought he was winning that game.
在 C 点摸了半天 ，A 点队友
And it starts with 100 fucking thieves.
不停的去续烟，其实 YU 是不好出的。
Fuck the Sentinels fans. Fuck Sentinels. 100 thieves.
他这个经济存款只有50啊，这把枪还保不了，得去尝试。还要去吗？其实可以走的。
我觉得要么就。 找一个犄角旮旯保一下墙。
Oh, FPX Watchparty. Well, this game's just fucking depressing me. How to get cooked by people who just fucking. We're getting cooked by a coughing baby. FPX revealed themselves as a coughing baby at Madrid, and we're getting cooked by them. Okay, they've gone back to the old school. I mean, this is a good comp for FPX, I think. Wait, why have we? That's not Forsaken. You can't trick me.
Oh, you can't really make
Oh!
What? Why clicked upwards? Got a headshot on the Saya player? Wow. Whatever it is, not quite able to put out.
I love these triple flanks. I'm not sure it's the way.
For PRX now. They've got some of these pistols, they've got some of these flashes, and that's a great initiating utility to make their way onto site. Gonna be blocked off by the early cascade though. Excurrent having a different playstyle from his brother Forsaken, but how is that playstyle going to work out against a player just as aggressive? The entire team, something
chilling
Jinggg,
in the smoke.
Everyone's flooding in through the floodgates.
Oh, PRX again, getting creative, crazy. I mean, having your harbor alone on B is a bit wild,
might
but
be able to buy enough time to get that round over. But I like the way PRX plays this because Forsaken does a great job here buying at least what time he can. I mean, this shot onto Saya is just as the Dizzy was wearing off. Still nasty, that flick. But the way that they flood back through short, through market, and then they just come on through, you know, the paint shells connect for Jinggg, the Leer there to gain entry through the cascade.
I feel like this is a map you don't want to play them on. Like, you really, really don't want to play PRX when they're playing this comp on this map. I think it's so hard to deal with.
So fast to rotate was PRX.
Because
they're so
Oh, I mean, full confidence from PRX, and they just keep going for it. And right
keep
now,
the sound on just
Jinggg
in
back
case they do come back. But
there's a bit of a pause on the timer. So
come on, Wolves.
Issues that need to be solved, but
right.
nonetheless, I mean,
fucking get your lurk on. But what the fuck are we doing?
Next round. Once again, you
oh, that was our win con this round. And now we're walking A. Why? Why? What is this round? What are we calling? Okay, they're trolling too. Hold on, they're trolling for us.
Curious to see how that util's gonna
hold on.
Stack up if that's what they go for.
Spring, bro. Oh.
Short.
Use your brain.
Very short. Everybody very happy.
Use your brain, ref. He's cheating, referee. Oh.
All right, a bit of a sky smoke, but it's that toxic screen that allows them to walk straight through lamps, along with Poison Cloud. A bit of a hop over, but Jinggg has the right positions to play along with paint shells and the Outlaw. Swaps over the classic, collects onto the triple kill. A bit of a rampage and a tear for PRX. Making it
oh, coughing baby versus coughing baby with illness.
I mean, the pace at which Jinggg can play the game is outrageous.
Coughing baby with diarrhea.
Is truly impressive.
That's what we are.
With an Outlaw as a raise, you know, he's so fast to react here. Knows there's another one coming, so he holds the angle, expecting this flood. It's all classics usually, you know, that you're going up against. So he has the wherewithal to realize that.
Doesn't even think about it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need to.
An escape route that he's already planned.
He's light years ahead of you.
Still just that Raze player, precisely.
Right there.
So as we head on over into the next round now, we've got the full buy coming through. A good little bit of harbor utility. Trying to peek out alongside the flash,
bro,
trying to play along with the timing of it, but
send your Reina flash through this as well. What are we doing something? Come on, bro. Use your brain.
That far left-hand angle from their perspective to try to isolate a player, it almost works for Devi. You know, trying to use, they got weaker guns, trying to see if they can at least get even trades out of it. But yeah, T1 not fooled.
And because they have the numbers, they can afford to leave Rossi on a bit of a lurk around.
Again, PRX playing well, they do that.
Something right up around Hookah. It's a bit more of a save round for PRX right now, but clean shot nonetheless, and they might be able to rob some guns away from T1. Since it is the third, why not? You might as well go in for it. Just trying to be a little bit careful, a little bit safer.
Punish them.
Yeah, try to keep them punished, try to keep them around the spike. Hopped on over, took down Carpe. Make it expensive for T1 as they head on over into round number 4.
Still, 4 kills for PRX, that's pretty good.
Only Rossi survives.
When are the Mighty Wolves playing?
Spectres, Bulldogs.
Oh, come on, 2v2, we win this.
Half armor it. Yeah.
I don't know why we're in
It's gonna be the op for something
10 pixels.
Arena, great reaction.
Nice.
From Saya and Carpe. Still a great round here. You know, once
Cypher ult. Unlosable.
Unlosable.
Not
only does he get a kill, but
unlosable.
He's got him stuck in tube, so he can play time. He knows that he can do a lot of damage there, and maybe even get him stuck on the spike explosion. Really smart stuff from him. And it's just PRX will, Even on the rounds you win, it doesn't feel great.
Trying to go in for a hitter against that poison cloud.
Yeah.
What? Forsaken with the timing on it. Oh my goodness! Off of the sky smoke. He just goes in for the hat trick again and again. How many multi-kills have we seen today from him?
A lot. A lot. And he's so confident in it. Once he gets one, it feels like he's guaranteed to get at least one more, if not two or more. We've seen it so many times already today. He's so crisp with that Vandal.
Daylight robbery. T1 had a game plan. But now they can no longer execute it.
It's going to be not a lot of fun.
I mean, I was just
gonna
thinking,
save.
like, Carpe had his thrash. He might do something with it. Now he's gone.
The best laid plans often don't come to fruition. And now
That's not the
operator
fucking
in
saying.
elbow, you've got Devi. He's going to get the info. So they know at least one of the remaining two is here, and they can just kind of wait this out a little bit. Going to try to use the high tide to cut the site in half, but little do they know. Little do they know that there's a player. Going to get the orb, for sure. Not enough time to do anything else. I guess you could TP, but I don't think you can get the plant down.
All that to just fucking watch them pick up an auto.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense with the economy.
Trying to play it safe, trying to stay hidden. But
Do people in other countries have the study of mice and men?
what is there to break
Oh,
down
we're getting
in this
cooked
round?
by a
It's just
fucking
Forsaken
Astra up.
Peeking out A short 3 times, 3 kills. T1's plans completely foiled.
Well, one of those
That's
was
it.
through
We're opening
smokes.
both doors at the
Yeah.
same time.
The first one was just him anticipating that somebody was holding that angle.
Nice.
Oh my god. Oh my. And he saw the player with the head peeking out of the box. The smoke
Ridiculous.
comes down and he still knows exactly where to place his crosshair. That's what we can talk about. How insane his crosshair placement is.
2v2.
Ridiculous.
Gotta win that fight, Mr. Fish!
The entire game, the entire
Yes.
community.
100%.
So with the ultimates available now, something just goes back into Rob even more away
Oh.
from T1. Pretty soon, T1's gonna have to
Nice!
call in a timeout or
Off!
something.
No!
They're
Take
losing
your
confidence
time!
and not quite able to
Alright, we
execute
missed
their
a kill
plans
here.
any
Something on an
longer.
up kill.
Rossi might have the toxic screen up. They might be able to send out a bit of a trailblazer, but how do you collect on that space? Well, the answer is going to be Saya player with the blast packs through. A bit of a frenzy. Needs to pick up a weapon.
The anti-flash.
But yeah, Mind Freak just turns away. Counter flash coming in now from Devi, and it's just the execution
Play
from
by
Jinggg
FPX.
and Forsaken. The bromance is back.
And a lot of this is off the back of PRX showing you different looks every round. It's somebody different pushing from a different angle. This time it's something takes the quick peek out of hookah to find the early pick. He hasn't done that yet, and they're going to show you so many different varieties.
Short, hookah, he might even go down B long in the next round. That's all he needs, just that little second. I also love that you got this cove and then the guiding light from Devi right afterwards. It's just so clean, so perfect. How do you dodge a flash like that?
It's a little new wrinkle in the PRX playbook. Using these combos. Oh, setting up for Jinggg.
Oh, did I?
Catch him. Trying to see.
Oh, he did damage.
Good old Jingle.
Yeah, well, you know, they're trying to catch him pushing off the back of that Sky util, but Izu, patient.
Again, why is it
takes
just
Jinggg
one
down.
thing? This, these kind of like just one thing swings, they need to end.
Exercise that patience. Going in from it. Oh, good little bit of movement. Devi deals with it so quickly. Accurate. Although he gets the trade, it's a lot of punish. 5 HP left. Numbers not exactly favoring T1, although it is a full 3-on-3. Apart from that, though, Mind Freak.
Well, look, they're in their heads.
They're gonna be worried about this flank though.
Not connecting on anybody. They can just wait this out. Something.
It's got the Empress as well.
planted.
Looking for the opportunity.
With an op too, I mean, this is just great. If he lands
Oh,
the
just
shot,
had to hit.
actually whips though.
Remaining.
Carpe now capturing onto Forsaken. Perfect stuff. You've got the Viper's Pit up and T1 looking to secure the entire site. Great times Dizzy by Carpe, tossed right up in the Ethiopian air. And it's going to be Mind Freak who gets spotted out. He knows he can't quite walk out of Garden for free.
Now they have plenty of money, so
Just looking to do what
you
damage
want to
he
go
can.
for kills if you can. You also would have got your ult,
use the
so that's a
TP
pretty big mistake by
for the
Mind Freak
safety.
there.
He's got enough to buy up for a teammate in the
Again,
next
just
round.
playing for KD.
Yes. I thought maybe he might just go for it to get the ult, but probably the better play here.
No, definitely
Well,
not
that's it.
the better
Like,
play.
Great round from T1.
Yeah, no. This is a breath of fresh air for T1 and our sold-out crowd, giving them a round of applause, trying to get their team back in the game. The patience there, this time anticipating the continued aggression from PRX. You know, we've seen them push down a lot of different angles early in the round to try to find those picks, and this time they go for long B, and T1 finally downloads the script.
The frag onto something as well.
Oh, and then the trade.
Just another word in that chapter.
Oh
Next
no.
round though, T1 looking to continue on with this lead. They're still trying to be a little bit more patient, right? Not just blindly rushing the hookah. Jinggg looking to peek out though. A bit of an off timing, but off sprays too. Excurrent able to flick back around 90 degrees, takes down Jingg's head.
Cut this guy.
Something off of the
This
other
guy
side
sucks.
with the operator still. Knows not to overpeak too much this time, but you've got that guiding light, you've got the trailblazer. It's a little bit annoying and he has to B-hop away.
He's pretty lucky there. As a Reyna, you don't have the escape tool unless you get the kill. And
Free kill.
he just barely gets out. Mind Freak, how?
For Mind Freak, of course, is what I meant.
Not quite sure.
Playing good right now. He's smart.
Reading the game, reading the timings of it, sense that there were players up around B, given the information from something, so he just calls for the right time to push out, and now reaggressing back into A. PRX is aware of it, but the orbital strike is not quite connecting. T1 manages to stick the spike plant, and now Saya player marking all of these corners. T1 going in with the rockets too, just to secure the round. Something's gonna try to make something happen.
Is he actually gonna do this?
Turn things back around, but it's an operator. He's gonna have to isolate the duels. He's gonna have to do it as carefully as he can. Wow. Great punch into Excurrent. Goes in for the spike tap. There's no idea that Izu is right back around the corner through showers.
Smart wrap.
Turns back around now, but yeah, no time, not safe enough. Operator too valuable.
Smart wrap here by Izu. Don't want to play that longer angle.
Okay, T1 getting back into it.
Try to catch him a little off
Again,
guard.
Jinggg just with an Omega whiff
back
cost
and
on that
tap
one,
again.
let's be
You're gonna
real.
swing out quick from showers.
Okay, well,
Really smart.
It's just the
Wolves are
rookie,
getting
and,
cooked.
You know, that's why
do I
want to
watch this dog shit?
Got these strong fundamentals, good IQ, good ability
What the
to
fuck is that
pull some
smoke?
rounds back into T1's favor. Just needs a little bit more of that, even though you don't always see like crazy impactful kills.
Yeah, but it's good cover fire there as well.
Hello?
Whole team really
We've got a
working
guy
together.
AFK.
For T1, Saya player still with an op. The Guardian going to be the cut fund for PRX. Now T1 is starting to really kind of understand the aggressive nature of PRX on their defender side, able to continue to weather these storms. Diligent with the utility is Izu, making sure that hookah's clear. They're going to send a Cascade up there, make sure that it's a little bit more difficult for somebody to re-aggress into that angle. They're going to see
this
him. Wasn't able to
not
be
good
cleared
from
in time,
Devi.
so they know the ops here. And they're immediately going to rethink this hit. They're going to have to use the high tide to cut it off.
Fuck is
They're
that
going to
one?
push B.
Interestingly though, also the Trailblazer committed outside of hookah just to check if they are, you know, looking to re-aggress outside of hookah or maybe try to catch them off of rotations. Regardless,
Whenever you see a
it's still
shit
the
harbor
call
wall,
that
it's always a
very
rotate.
likely for T1 to push back into A. PRX prepared for this hit now. High tide sent over onto B just for added security. Players has been spotted, Cascade sent out. T1 looking to initiate off of some of these flashes. PRX trying to reposition themselves back over onto triple, but
Oh, Mind Freak as well missed.
open. Rossi
They're
and Excurrent
whiffing
able to
some
hunt
shots
them
that
down.
they were hitting in the last
Something swapped
round.
over onto the shorty, able to connect, hops on over, tries to spot out ahead, but not quite able to find all too much just yet. Pink shells right under his nose. Devi watching his corner. He pushes past the snake bite, trying to find a shot with his operator still. A bit of movement and accuracy, hops over onto a
As I'm
different
saying, they're
weapon,
missing
but
shots that they
Saya
normally
player
hit.
just shuts him down. Raining
Like
from above.
they had
It's all down to
multiple
Devi.
people whiff this round.
High tide just blocks off way too much, and Lamps is open. Excurrent comes back in. The
Okay,
stab
we
in
got
the
8
back
pole.
of his
Winnable,
neck.
Wolves.
It's gonna be
Winnable.
4 as T1 equalizes.
This is a pretty good read by PRX. in terms of them kind of being on the right side of the map, anticipating this hit.
But like, my should have got this kill, no? On the guy in the
cove.
I mean, we have to see it from this
Something getting
perspective.
a little bit overambitious. Should have just stuck with the op, but thought about the shorty, then it felt a little bit too far for that. He saw a gun on the
Take a
ground.
time out. They just need to chill out, I think.
Kind of overthought that situation just a little bit. And T1 is starting to get this groove going where they can just work together.
Reminds me a bit of Leviathan, where they start off hot, playing well, and then they kind of get a bit like, oh, we've already won this, and they start kind of throwing a bit.
Sooner or later, he might have been able to find one on the entry, but then a Dizzy comes through, and that backs Forsaken off. So all of a sudden, just off a little bit of utility and some good timing, they've got a site open for themselves as T1, and they're able to take full advantage of it. Once they get to that post plant, they're pretty solid. They've been looking pretty good.
And now starting to tighten up these protocols and strategies into taking up more space as well. I mean, it's very crucial that T1 repeatedly heads up B long, forcing PRX to spend a bit more utility just to check or just to invest some.
So they go for the full aggro rush down B.
For the past several rounds
they
now,
double down.
The timeout. It's a sudden decision
do
to
the
swap
wall
sides
through the
over onto
TP
A.
across here.
T1 might be able to surprise Forsaken here.
Yeah, certainly. This is going to look like that pistol round where Forsaken is all on his own.
T1 haven't touched shower, I don't think so.
That worked out pretty well for PRX though, because they're able to push really deep. No contact going to be found here by Fountain.
Okay, quick rotations.
They're going to cut. They're going to cut through the teleporter. They're
waiting. No.
They're waiting for contact from Forsaken, and they're going to cut through the teleporter.
Okay, wait, the Trailblazers
I
just
see a lot of people there though, so they don't do it.
Okay.
That made you and me so nervous.
Rush is ready.
If they went through that teleporter, oh my God, Paper Thin.
Well, I hope that they were going to wait until like T1 was actually on the site. Okay. Look at, they've already rotated over them.
Pro players got showers now. Taking down short.
The quadruple spam.
Able to take down side player. No entries found. Carpe able to push up off of some utility.
Oh.
Heads lined up and still
So
able
by
to
Carpe,
take
do they
down
realize
the
Lamps is
second.
this exposed?
Off of the, making use of the catch, sneak down into the corner. Divide finds one more.
It's to live. You need to live and wait.
Gotten a triple. Something coming up from the other side.
One enemy
Spike
remaining.
slowly taken away, but Divide able to shut down.
They should know he's Lamps. They should figure this out.
Here comes something.
And we miss it. Bro, Observer, it's very easy. In a 1v2, go on the guy who's the one.
You know what was funny?
Very,
I was watching Divide on the camera just to see his reaction, and he just kind of went, ah.
What is going on?
Divide did really well there.
Playing really well off the utility of his teammates and the movement. Like, Jinggg opens up that third kill onto U-Haul.
Truthfully, cerebral play. That cascade that he made.
We gotta win this pistol.
Come
on, Mr. Plix.
The T1 player.
Yes.
Do something. Shoot.
To open up that angle, so he was there for the trade. That's really smart stuff. Using your opponent's utility against him. Nice one away from a Seekers.
A lot of them close to ultimates, even more so on the PRX side. Now going back into investigate into this B area. You've got so many flashes being tossed out.
How have you managed to throw a flash in all of that and it worked?
Unfortunately, the flashes do not favor them this time. They've lost out in this firefight.
The real question is, did Jinggg get spotted
Nice.
looking into this corner?
Still trying to make use of it all. A little bit nervous because of the mosh pit, but still able to recover nonetheless. Able to take down Excurate. Now, PRX having recovered, Carpe down at 5 HP. It's going to be side player with the op that brings them back into the equation.
Hey, he had a great little round there.
He doesn't have a wingman, so.
Doing things nicely. Can Forsaken do anything about this?
Swings out wide in the open.
Spike down.
Rossi was meant to cover, but unfortunately sidestepped at the wrong time. He was trying to peek for info.
Didn't give himself much space at that wall.
Just to mark that spike. High tide to block off even more space.
Oh, but Saya knows. He's anticipating this wrap.
Gotta watch out for that op. Forsaken should know. Trigger discipline lets him pass for 1 second. Comes back in just to isolate the duel. Reckoning being sent out. Senses that Saya Blazer is not exactly right around the spike. But wow, picked it up at the right time. He hops on over. Saya player might just be able to make it happen.
Against an op though, you know you can do that.
The draw through the teleporter, shoots him back.
Wow, a 1v3 that we lost.
But wasn't quick enough.
Oh, that's not good.
For both sides.
It's another huge
That's
multi-kill
not good.
round for Brazilian today. I mean, Devi did it previously. Wow, Devi actually getting up close and personal with T1 on that push out. What a timing there, right as that spike was.
What?
I know,
How are we not checking
he's just
that?
got this internal sense.
Wow.
He just knows right when he can punish you. Right as Rossi was looking
Like,
away,
what's
is
Saya
when he
holding
swung.
there if Rossi's walking up there?
Just so difficult to deal with.
Is he really sick? Like, what?
I don't believe it. It's all
Going for a
ruse.
full
All right.
hookup play?
T1 now trying a different game plan just to take down Hookah. They went B long several times in the past now. There's a little bit of a switch up around to A.
How is that missed?
Hookah definitely surprising something.
They literally take
The
a Paper
upshot
X
whiffs,
play from them?
Trying to reposition. Goes in for the Shari and also the dismiss. Devi here to
do
back
it.
him
Somehow
up. Double
he's still
straight.
alive.
Carpe with the stinger just to trade. Saya player finding one of his own now too, but something has gotten away with his life. Jinggg now with the outlaw. It's a bit of a half-buy strat from T1, and Carpe tries his darndest to make it work. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
The classic still
And now we get
able
another
to recover.
1v3 loss.
Recollection. T1 in the game.
Round in the half.
Carpe
Oh
absolutely
my
great
god.
play there with the stinger. And then gets the thrash to get the detain. And almost
1v3s
doesn't react
back
in time
to
to where
back.
the player actually was.
Yeah, something is whiffing these up shots.
To spawn.
Big
It's
whiffing
just so
up
intense.
shots.
It's so fast and furious. You know, you're just kind of...
Hop, hop, hop. No, he's not in this corner.
Oh my god.
And that was that sort of an eco round play from T1.
Yes. But it's again because something just can't quite get
We
that
just missed 2 kills.
opening. What the heck happened here?
A showstopper kill from Jinggg, a double, but T1 continues to press forward. They've managed to capitalize and trade off against 3 more players from PRX. Down in the last round of the first half, it comes down, it falls onto Devi and Something's shoulders to save it. PRX so far having a great lead, but T1 pushing the pressure on towards PRX. Great angle, but wow. Awareness from Something to check. Sharper mechanics just to stop it fire accurately. He's gotten the Empress as he's going forward even further. Taps onto the spike, anticipates the Showers play. T1 not there, not near Showers to be found. Actually, it's around short, around truck.
That's not great from Devi either. We know that this guy is in here. Yeah, you're looking for the last guy, but
Excurin and Izu equalize the score.
Something probably is thinking I'm safe from this angle.
It's just the pace of play is just so
there's
insane.
no way he's repping back
And I
around
love
you.
that T1
I mean, that
turned
would
it
be a
up with those
crazy good
stingers
play,
on to
but
get that thrifty round win. But again, the early
okay, we ended 6-6. It got a weird. We got there in a very bizarre way.
The next round just kicked off so quickly.
A lot of kind of crazy pop-off moments, a lot of chaos.
There are just so many targets. He just kind of.
It felt like PRX were just going to run away with it.
Be able to aim, maybe thought, okay, I'm going for this.
We
but
got
wait,
whiffs,
so
we got
many, and then
uncharacteristic
That
whiffs.
causes your brain to sort of.
Yeah.
My boys are getting
sort of get
fucked.
that mirror image stuff going on, and that hurts because then he doesn't find that opening kill, and that gives them the ability to get in there and get space so much easier. 2 rounds ago, this previous round, I don't know. Jinggg got 2.
That's gonna get me demonetized, that song. Yeah, I can already feel it. By the way, in Americas, I'm gonna mute the walkout songs because they're all getting me demonetized on YouTube, and it's annoying me.
Battle in Pacific.
Not
And,
saving the desk, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure the desk is.
And they're all mid songs anyway.
All right, 6-6. T1 now swapped over onto the defense side. We've seen these great ideas as to how they can retake space, how they can hold spikes post-plant. PRX needing to recover. I mean, you talked about the op shots, you talked about some of the timings, and PRX has are needing
The
to
best
win more
coach in
pistol
Americas?
Yeah, and I think in general, just
Probably my top ones would
it's
probably
at
be
times a little bit off kilter still. There
top
still
3.
isn't
I'd
quite
say is
that
probably
same
Potter,
cohesion,
Fraud,
with Jinggg
Kaplan, and some of them.
and some of the other players that you're used to just yet. I mean, that being said, you're still seeing some pretty good stuff. T1 is really doing their damnedest.
Okay, let's see. Are T1 gonna lean in
really
and
impressed with
try
the
and
way
play
that T1's
PRX to their own game somewhat?
Look at the set plan with the high tide, covering all exits of the Smoke, the wall as he falls.
Oh, you gotta think that
Burning
that's not
Struggle
one
now
guy.
Find the first.
Okay.
But
I
as
guess
soon as
three,
the
though.
rest of the T1 players continue to peek out trying to trade, lo and behold, 3 more Paper X
he
players
made it.
are on the other side. Along with some of these frenzies, Forsaken captures the kills.
Do
and
they go
want to
back?
press forward into the B site. They've got a full minute to work with though, so no real need to commit to it unless they spot more. Using the boom bot now, but Saya player lands a great
31.
shot. Jinggg
Ooh.
recovering off of it. Rossi trying to do what he can too, but Jinggg just that much sharper.
That's a big win for Paper
I mean,
X.
this push out towards market
Hmm.
for T1 almost works. He's not high tide to try to obscure it, but that gave Paper X enough time to set up kind of that crossfire from Fountain and from market. Finish the job. It almost worked for T1.
Last player
And
standing.
Saya doing what he can, just cannot quite find the shot in time, and Jinggg hasn't lost his mechanics. That is one thing you know, that Jinggg hasn't stopped playing ranked, that's for sure.
That is where he, got picked up and joined pro play. That
Okay,
said,
so
T1
exact
making
same
the
idea,
strategy
pretty much the
this
exact
push
same
will,
thing, this
for
time
all
just
for
no
them.
one on A.
They're trying to do what they can, but
Fortunately for
Paper X
them.
completely evading it. Forsaken very aware.
Then no one on A will cost them.
about
No,
to
he's
pull
got a
off.
Spectre.
That's that high tide again, I mean.
I'm checking the check. Good little spray.
Okay,
That's
gets
the
a
first
kill,
hit
gets
fall.
out, knows that someone's here.
Paper X backs off, just coming in to reinforce. Great shot from something. Right clicks, Forsaken with the sprays. Saya player through the backside, able to find one, but Forsaken just
Okay,
finding
pretty well
all
dealt with by Paper
and
X.
even more. 1 point away from the record.
This is where I
And
feel
into
like it's
round
tough
3
against
too.
Paper X though on this side of the map because they just throw stuff that you will not
How
see
many
from anyone else, right?
multi-kill
like the little
rounds
harbor walls they do
Forsaken
and the
has
little
so far?
the
Yeah,
rain of
please find
sky
out.
flash stuff. Like you
Well,
just don't see it from anyone
I can
else.
tell you
It's
how many
tough to
had.
deal with.
On the first map. So he had.
He's one off
It was
all.
actually not as many as you would think. It was 3. 1 2K, 1 4K in the ace on Lotus.
Pretty good number.
But he's had like 2 or 3 on this map too.
Device gone for a
Like
fucking
a 3K,
sky
another
bucky.
4K right there.
Not often you see that.
Absolutely bonkers.
Having a good day. I mean, Paper X filled with confidence as they peek out into a lot of these. It is
Okay,
up
does
against
something
full
need to
Byron,
get his
and something
fucking
still goes in for such a
tech
courageous
pause or
peek.
something? What's going on?
Unfortunately shut down by Rossi though, and T1 looking to control things a lot better this
Okay,
time.
so they're gonna go
On
fast B
both
after hearing the
extremities of the
TP.
map. They've got guarded, they've got showered. Now sensing that a hit is towards B, tucked away in the corner.
Jinggg beat his
Great
movement slightly.
readjustment on the crosshair for Excurin. Jinggg though, still with a movement and a Spectre. Picks up the rifle now. Goes in for the spike plant.
Full upgrades for him and Devi. Still 2 guiding lights plus the paint shells.
T1 just taking a breather.
2v3, how do you play it? This should win the round for T1. The slowness might alert them to it. Like, these guys must be here. Why haven't they done anything yet?
Just to check a little corner. Nothing
Oh,
much
the
spotted.
Timing's so awful for him.
Guiding light spent, and that's going to be Carpe finding him from behind. Can Jinggg pull Paper X out of this sticky situation? Nice
Okay,
little
well played by
side scroll
T1.
movement from
Good
Saya
waiting
player.
there. Again, you
Jingg's
can
not quite
always
connect
sort
the
of...
shot. Saya player putting T1
It is
back
somewhat a
into
bit
the
of a
game.
tell when it's like,
After
why are these
Paper
guys
X's,
so quiet? Why have they
start in the
waited so
second half.
long? Because,
Yeah,
like,
and
you can
this-
start to figure out, like,
It's getting Saya player.
it's not like
really
any
close
util
to a
is
showstopper.
necessarily,
Really
like,
good. Really good stuff from T1 in this round.
you know, it's
I
not
mean,
like any of
Rossi,
them
the
are like, oh,
opener,
they're waiting for a
Excurin,
Sovadar or something.
phenomenal double. What a readjust back on a Mind Freak. Carpe finds
I guess
the
they could be
timing.
waiting for the fuel.
Guys, go to
Saya player.
So yeah, that was good.
It was a good retake. He tried.
And Devi was
They
watching
have
it, to be
great
fair.
anchor
He
as
was
well,
watching
I
it,
think
and then he
Paper
just
X definitely
took
gonna
the time to
adjust
flash. And
how they might want to waterfall
unlucky.
Puka afterwards.
Yep. Jinggg one away from a showstopper, so let's see if the showers play is to set him up, get the orb.
Okay,
Forsaken already has a
I don't know
reckoning.
what they're cooking up with these walls. That
So this
one's
is tricky for Forsaken.
again kind of.
They're
I mean,
pushing out,
kind of
they're
cool.
Not using the high tide the same way they have before.
Actually,
So
to do
it's a
this,
different
but-
look on a push. See if Forsaken can read
Forsaken
it.
now has
They're
ult.
gonna go all the way to spawn.
Okay, you will have heard this. Fucking go away.
Forsaken's in
What are we doing? What the fuck are you
Trying to
doing?
lurk.
Hello?
So that's what T1
If
does.
you hear,
know, with the
I
way
guess
that
maybe
the
he
game
didn't
is
quite
shaping
realize how
up,
deep that flash was,
starting
but
things off,
he flashed from like here.
we've
Like it wasn't
had
from like back
the,
here.
outside
This was
control.
coming up this way.
He slipped the net, I think.
Oh.
Perfect. Still very much hidden inside that corner. Jinggg now trying to recapture into her showers,
Oh,
using the
you
blast
live.
back to satchel away, but
They just come to B.
Exker
They'll
comes
beat
back
them there.
through. PRX needing to try to get
Got a
control
smoke.
over a
My
site
freak,
real
hello.
quick.
Smoke. Brim. Hello.
got the
Brim player.
spike. They're sending it over onto B. But T1, while pulling off the same maneuvers from the previous round. Instead of Carpe, it's going to be easier, though. I think he just
Does that help him?
He saw him for sure. Did they see him is the question.
Oh, he smoked behind him.
They didn't
right
see him.
around it. I have no idea. Devi waiting for the curtain to fall.
Last player standing.
Mind Freak,
He did one.
unfortunately, suffering that first
Yeah.
contact.
Good awareness by Rossi.
Smart as ever.
I mean, they've come and cleared this way, so it is kind of obvious, but
And that's going to be T1.
nice again from
Equalizing the
T1.
score again. We have a game
Again,
in
just
our
catching
hands.
out Forsaken being a little too,
These
let's
retakes
call it
have been really,
ambitious
really
on his
good
own. I mean,
for
even if
T1.
this is just
Able to
like
play
no one's in
patiently
here,
enough.
obviously we can see it's 4
Not
players, but even if
falling
it's 2, like
for any of
taking the
traps,
swing
any
that
of
he
the
did
trickery,
is
using
not a
a
good
little bit of
idea.
their own. Saya
Right,
staying
taking
in
that swing
long
is an
enough.
awful idea.
And that sends things into
Like, why is my
disarray for
Harbor swinging at
PRX.
1v2?
Mind Freak there trying to take a
Like, because if they push
high
down
angle,
long, it's not going
see if
to
he
be a
can
fucking
find
Gecko
one,
on
and
his
then
own,
Devi
is
can
he?
play off of it, but Devi's never able to find that comfort
Like,
to push through the high
a
tide.
Gecko isn't going to be down here flashing on his own.
Just never quite sure what's on the other side. And
Right,
now,
so this is at least 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 that
recovering,
I'm swinging into there.
having the
Just an awful
mindfulness
choice.
to play around this map. PRX
Okay, the
wants
Stinger
to
hooker flood.
deal with that
PRX
lobby
with
push.
the Harbor ult.
Now just taking quick control over Hookah. You've got to check the
And they're
corner.
so ready for it. What a
Saya
nice
with
play
the
by
showstopper at the right time.
T1.
Down B.
Down to it. Still T1 winning out the
Really, really
exchange.
nice play.
PRX, the blind
Ready for it.
execute
This is
does
a
not
common
pay
play they
off.
go for with the Harbor ult,
Trying
especially
to
on an
take a
eco.
page out of T1's book. Saw that when there was a weaker buy for T1 where they
That's a nice round by
exploded onto
T1,
the
who
B
take the
site.
lead. PRX
that
struggling on
Ragnar's
their
trying to clear the
attack.
space, and T1 just says, "Nah, we're
I'm going to
hold.
guess Wol's lost.
Good luck.
No,
We've got
we're
better
still
gun."
in this?
And right now, they've got better gunplay as well. What a push out. What a timing through that TP to find that showstopper.
As soon as I watch, we start
Just
losing.
playing into T1's hands because T1 has, you know, in the past few rounds now controlled this B lobby, and then knowing that PRX now maybe on a bit of an eco, this is probably what they'll do.
I need to believe more.
Side player was prepared to full send it right past that teleport.
Come on!
Absolutely. And that's so smart. And right now, T1's kind of starting to read the map really nicely, finding their own little trap plays and set plays that are coming through. I'm loving what I'm seeing from them. No give up.
Okay, they're faking
Heartbreaking
C
loss
pressure.
onto
We got
Lotus, but that hasn't
some A
stopped
control.
T1 from giving it their all here on Bind. There's no mental let go. Doing a great job keeping them in the game or the coaches. I've really noticed Xcurate being really vocal over there. And it's definitely starting to look really good for T1 on the defender side on Bind.
fuck are they doing?
After losing the pistol 3 in a row,
Got an Omen ult
close
C.
to some big ultimates, the Viper's Pit and the Thrash.
Find the weak point.
Do have
and
device
break it.
Seekers. This might be some
They
kind
cooked
of
us.
fast hit.
Gotta be prepared for it. Don't know if the fastest is gonna be.
See, now going back to it
good
after
enough,
timeout,
though.
clever idea, but
Nice
again,
little
good stop
snake
there.
fight lineup from Rossi.
Are these guys going
Deters
to try
PRX from
this
further
again?
aggressing into Hookah. The rest of them have already rotated onto A in case PRX made the transition over. Interesting little high tide from Forsaken.
He's given them the ability to take sort of the launching points to get onto the site. But nobody from T1 is going to do much, but there might be a
I've
quick
got your
TP
trail.
play off of this, potentially. I'm curious. Yep, here they go.
TP, Forsaken turns back around. The Seekers went out. Jinggg has stayed back. So a
he
bit of
gets
an early
one.
trade now. Forsaken might have fallen, but that's still okay. Look at how Jingg's perched up on top of this box.
There.
Spikes down, thrashes through, and Jingg's still pretty much okay. Even has
Wow, and
time and
pushing elbow
space
is
to
crazy.
go further in through halls. Might be able to wrap back around against side player and Rossi. The rest of the PRX squad still very much alive though. Jinggg up around elbow, peeks back out again.
Wow,
Wants to
he
take down the
missed it.
wingman.
And the
but
wingman just
oh
gets
my
it. Wow,
goodness,
that's
little
not
homie
good.
has gotten the spike
Where's
defused.
my free going? He's going for the reflank. They
Great
couldn't kill a
awareness there from
wingman.
T1. It looked like
Oh my
maybe
goodness.
PRX is going to be able to
Yeah,
hold
Wolves
on.
lose.
But knowing that they needed to play the wingman, who is our VIP, and they're able to get it done.
Oh, dearie me. Again, not a bad start to the round for FPX, but T1 just catching them off, basically.
Saya so good with the op right now.
You know, it's good holding.
Really on point with his reads, where people are going to be. And now it's starting to feel like maybe we're going to see a map 3.
Really does feel like it. T1 very much so in the driver's seat for this map right now, at least in the second half. The way that they're just swapping sides back and forth, making use of the teleporters in their retake process, catching PRX on the timings of things. Against that launching pad right now.
What the hell? How does that work?
The Empress, but everyone's been blinded by Carpe.
It's 2.
At the same time, Izu's
You're not getting
guiding light
aggressive
as well.
here, surely. 3v3.
Utility for utility and 2 for 2. I thought maybe Carpe was gonna knock down.
Now the
a few
pit's
more
gonna
there.
drop. When the pit drops,
He went for
TP.
Just
TP.
Outside of V-Long. Straight into B site. Got the high to high now for a bit more cover, just to cut the side in half. PRX setting up for a bit of quick peek.
More lurks. Look at Rossi.
A little bit afraid of Hookah, yeah, and Rossi as well. Got to deal with the site first, though. Silent player is still very much tucked away and hidden. Something coming back in for the trade. Side steps out. Online for the quad. Has to pick up the spike, but he has no idea that Rossi's right here. T1.
Again, PRX. I think once the pit goes down, you TP, right?
It's part of.
Am I crazy?
Kind of
Is
what
that
they
not
needed
just
to
the
start doing on Lotus a little bit, but you're absolutely right. The teleporters are a big part of this.
obvious
but
choice?
These lurks,
They lost 5 in a row. They
unexpected
can't
positions that
attack
they're
against this team.
Kind of keeping PRX at bay. You know, they can scrap with them. That's great. They'll get the even trades, but able to hide in positions like Saya player right there. Rossi's done it a bunch of times where he's kind of slipped around. Him and Saya both, frankly, have been doing a great job.
Not that easy
with
to
it.
notice. Bro, there's
That's
2 guys
really
dead, and the fucking thing goes
PRX
down. You
off
see the
balance,
green
keeping
go
them from
on the top of the scoreboard. What do you
storming
mean?
away with this match.
It's one of those
What
times
you people
where
doing nothing?
High works against it, but now just a full send into the A side. Jinggg, classic with the judge. He goes in, nails down Execute, picks up the rifle, but Carpe answers right back in kind, just as quick. Dizzy sent up, Trailblazer trying to find him, but not found just yet. Spike is not planted because it's not safe enough. Izu right around the corner. Device hopped off it for a
got
second.
the kill before they got there.
Trying to trade right back. It's going to be Mindfreak committing the orbital strike just to give them a little bit more security.
Yeah, that was a
Rossi,
nice
the last
Brimble.
one left, trying to wrap back around from Lamps. Does he know, though?
Okay, and
Something
PRX
just-
haven't
I
really
was
gone
thinking
A.
more
I don't
about
know
Mindfreak
why.
causing the
You know,
angle.
it's generally the easiest site to
PRX
take.
keeping things competitive as we near the end of this map.
There's that explosive Jinggg entry.
Maybe they're a bit worried
to
about
see.
Sire on A.
The way he
dealt
can
with
just
it there.
dive in, use that reckoning, make it a little easier to identify his target, knock it down with the judge. And then Forsaken, yeah,
Good
he doesn't
counter.
get the they're great, man. They can get their
Yeah, they're gonna come
full
back A.
coordination
It
going
feels
on these
so.
executes. They're
Feels very obvious, to be
Fearsome.
honest, after
They
that.
can take their licks and punches. They know that, yeah, you know, T1 trying to play around these teleporters, so PRX just comes right back in around to catch them with a quick and fast and heavy hit.
That's good as well. Forsaken destroys that.
T1 adjusting right
Gonna
back.
keep those
though.
guys there for a bit.
Now trying to play around the teleporter towards B.
Playing for Spike now. So you see that Viper orb, you normally know.
As
Now
well
2
as
TPs, you could
Execute.
TP back.
Saya
Oh, and they
player
do.
with the off as well.
Do they check it?
PRX playing their own teleporter plays.
They do.
And
Wow.
Izu,
And now you know that 2 are
unfortunately, not quite
TP'd.
able to land the shot. Mindfreak on a bit of a lurk for himself. Catches onto the first player. Wingman throws off his crosshair. Great plays from Carpe as he tries to even out the numbers. Spike, however, will still be planted
They're
for
gonna save?
PRX.
Carpe's Gecko play is so good, man. He's so confident on this agent. Even though they're gonna lose this round, they're gonna have to cede it over because of their economy. Need to save these guns. I mean, the way he's so tricky with his utility, his wingman's got it defused. So many impactful dizzies. A great thrash earlier. You know, they were one of the first teams. People don't remember this, but T1 was one of the first teams to start running Gecko on this map. Anywhere, really. And it was Carpe who kind of pioneered this style. It worked so well for T1. Now, Forsaken is going to drop the gun, but he's got enough money that he can go on a lookabout. Probably don't want to drop any more, though, for the side of PRX. you've got, as the attacking side, you got a little bit more control of the orbs, and you're one alt orb away from 2 big ones, Showstopper
Okay,
and the
T1
single.
take a timeout.
The timeout. This, I think.
So probably feeling like they're
I think this could be interesting. I mean,
maybe just making it a bit. That was a bit obvious, right? Like again, the choice becomes pretty obvious for PRX. Like 2 people TP.
It's really good during these timeouts.
Again, when you see that kind of Viper roll deep on site, you know, okay,
reassess.
this is probably going to just be 2. This is the weak side.
Maybe they need to kind of
When
play
you
a
see
little
that
bit
Viper
further
roll,
back, play like they were
and then
during that time where they
2
ran a
people
bunch of rounds
TP across
together.
this
Don't get
way.
too scrappy.
It's like,
But unless you get them like right at the point of attack,
Bruh.
like that's okay. But if they're going to arrive, let them play for some retakes.
Go off the teleporter or just
yeah, use the teleporters. It's
go
also
for full-on retake play. I mean, I'm thinking like they might not even work around the teleporter this round anymore. So
No.
Alex has to kind of anticipate a lot of these.
I think Alex needs to make sure that they're getting at least the showstopper from the orbs early.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying that I think as Autumn, you have to be recognizing that situation and then also calling for the
Gotta take a look at the ultimate economy right now, and you're absolutely right, Paper Thin, because so many of them are close to their ultimates. Execute, Saya player as well. There's going to be a big
Saya still has his off.
for some of these
So
spots on the
1
map.
off a Raze ult, a Seekers, 2 off a Harbor ult, to a 1 off a Harbor ult. The other side, 1 off, 2 off a Showstopper.
Across the map.
This could be a crazy round.
Prepared to market. Economy not the
Again,
greatest
PRX
for
just
T1 though, so
starting
PRX
off
stands
towards
a
A.
chance at turning this on its head. There it is. Showstopper picked up.
They're getting him set up for the entry, I think.
There we go. Carpe with Thrash just to hold them as long as the timer allows.
I think he's anticipating the showstopper there.
Right. Dives right back into himself.
There are 3 players here now. Good snake bite.
Divide
That's a
trying
bad
to get them at
flash.
bay. High tide as well, just for added cover. Site cut in half now. But then there's that additional Thrash. PaperX this time prepared for it. They knew that they were going to try to play around.
Didn't really
the
have to
Gecko.
use their
They
ults
knew that They
either.
were going to try to play around lamps in some of these spots on the map. Spike now planted. T1 without their
On a hunt
limbs,
Saya?
without any
I mean, at
arms
this
and
point,
legs. Gonna have
maybe.
to save.
And it's just that little pump of the brakes from PaperX.
Especially Forsaken.
I think
I'll
the
be sending Forsaken
anticipation
off.
there with the util starting to come out that you can use that Thrash while Jinggg is trying to find a spot to get in with that showstopper potentially to catch him and slow that down. Or just get anybody on the entry. It doesn't really matter who it is. Now that's interesting.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Trying to find whatever you can get.
That's kind of whatever to PaperX. I mean, they don't care too much about that.
It's more for a Scion player to hold on
Okay,
to.
11-11.
I mean, he's
Using the Masters and Champs
and
probably
also
feels
he's
wrong
a
if you
little
never
closer
won
with
one.
his ult.
Yeah, I agree.
He's 2 away, okay.
I agree.
No, he has it. He has it. Okay.
Overtime is possibly on the cards here, Paper Thin.
If I had won one, if you were player won one, you'd use it every game.
Our first one.
Yeah, and it seems to be kind of a...
Yeah, no need to go shower already. Just use my cabbage for the...
Good ideas.
Second timeout. T1 take back-to-back
But-
timeouts.
What was I going to say? Oh, overtime.
Yeah.
Well, they had an overtime the last time they played. That's what I was thinking about.
That's true on Split.
Yeah. Why not? Let's do it again.
So timeout again, both spent back-to-back. Autumn trying to call for it. Once more, like you mentioned, Paper Thin, Alex gets to discuss something. I'm not sure what more is needed, but they are definitely aware of Jingg's potential to use the rockets. Excurrent has his Reckoning available as well.
I mean, yeah, it really has been a game
Does
of when
T1
PaperX
want
go B,
to
they lose. PaperX go A, they win.
Take the lead off of this and just kind of get ahead of everything that PaperX is about to throw at them, or are they going to delay back, step back, let PaperX in, and then go in for
PaperX,
more
what they
of
could do is they could just
Yeah,
sit,
you kinda
divide
have
middle of the
two
map.
options in a way.
Seekers here. If 3 go this
I feel
way,
like the better call might to actually
you just run B.
Just try to
hang back. Or
Like,
back.
you start here,
can see
Seekers, if 3 go
I think
this way,
because it's
just
a
run B.
rifle buy, because you're able to get all of your rifles up. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd like to see a hang back.
because it's Jingg's showstopper, I feel like that's
Exactly.
That's
So
the
they 4-stack on
catalyst
A.
right now.
Right, all it takes is Jinggg finding one off the back of these Seekers. Look at them, they're scattering. They are just going
Yeah,
to
they
the
still
wind.
go for it.
Jinggg going to set up for it.
But he's hanging on to it.
We've got Showers control too.
Here goes.
It connects
still
onto
going.
Rossi. Carpe though swings out at the right time. There's a bit of a trade. Something
Oh my
with
God.
The Empress too stays alive. Saya player still into the fray though, along with its operator. Does not expect Forsaken from behind. There's that additional layer. Paper X dominating this exchange, this firefight. The crowd starting to chant for the team. Paper X.
If you're Forsaken,
As
you
they approach match point.
start hunting if he does
Excurate
just
is
go
not
and
out
save.
yet, though. I don't want to count him out. Slowly approaching out, throws to front, anticipates the angle, flicks on towards his brother.
Okay. Oh,
Now
he's
on
gonna
towards the
use it?
reckoning.
Wow,
That will
1v2.
give him a
He's got
lot of
cove.
information. Spots out
He knows
the
where both
vine,
are.
tosses in the cove, creates a little bit more space for himself. Has to swing out the sides. Spots out another player, but
Device still hits that. That's
not
crazy.
quite able to land the duel. He knew that his back was
And they used the
exposed.
harbor roll.
Nerves feeling a little bit all too much.
And now Forsaken has his
Allows
harbor roll.
for Paper Rex.
And
4
Saya's
rounds in a
got
row
ult.
towards match point.
I thought he might just try to save, but I guess
And now do they
there's enough
run
left in the
B
economy
with the
that they can
harbor roll?
squeeze out. Gun Saya player had no idea. You're absolutely right. There's a few extra wrinkles here. And again, it's a slight pause for Paper Rex where they set up and execute, and it looks like there's going to be a showstopper.
Oh, they're just
coming
gonna
with
send
it,
it A
but
again.
They hesitate. Jinggg takes his time. He
This
gets on
time
top
against the
of
Raze ult.
box at short A, and then goes up and over when they're just not quite ready.
Oh, they're gonna
for the
fake
timing.
it.
The reckoning to try to clear space, but it's all a fake. Execute it. Oh my gosh, so close.
Now just continuing to back off. Paper X.
They just send
trying
him
to
in
stay
to die.
themselves
They
alive,
sacrifice
but T1
Forsaken for
won
no reason.
overtime so bad.
Oh, they overcooked.
They've managed to deal with the initial onslaught. Paper X hanging back.
Because Execute gets out of there with his life, then he can
Why
use the
does he
high
need to
tide
die there? Why does he need to
keep
go in
Paper Rex
against Seekers?
pressing forward onto B. They will continue to slide over in this direction, but he's moved in.
All ultimates are spent now.
Jinggg dies here.
Side player marking Hookah. Lands the first shot. Execute with the off angle. Mind Freak
Wait,
in
when did
for
someone
the
else
trade.
die?
But now, the
How the fuck did
entire
this guy die?
T1 army, all of the archers, all of the cavalry have arrived. Can you take them down? The lone Ronin. Guiding light, he slipped past the smoke. Looks towards the first player.
Okay,
Mizu,
I
just
mean,
a little bit
yeah,
sharper,
just burnt it a
pushes
little bit
us
there
to
with the
first overtime of
overthinking the
VCT
fake.
2024
Should have just ran
Pacific
B, I think, with
Stage
the
1.
harbor roll and just trust yourself.
I mean, it's unbelievable what Execute gets away with. I mean, Forsaken
Oh,
trying
they
to do
just
everything he
spam,
can,
man.
but again, because his brother able to slip past the initial aggression, he's able to buy enough time, use his own utility to keep
Here we go.
Paper Rex from pushing forward. And now an oh so important round. It was
So it
even.
ended up kind of being a bit of an
both
even
halves.
game, but
It
was,
both sides. So
yeah, it was
nobody's
6-6
gotten
on both
advantage
sides,
one
but
way or
it-
another.
it
Like
didn't-
getting the early, let's say, attacker side win or whatever, actually doesn't
It-
seem to make
it
too
was
much
weird.
of a difference in this, and the fans are letting each of their favorite teams know. Oh, a little bit of a spot for Jinggg. Couldn't do any damage.
We're just all feasting today. T1. I mean, another impressive thing is just how well Carpe has been performing on this map. He's up by 23 kills.
He's just phenomenal so far. He's done a great job keeping T1 in this game. As that
so again, they
Gecko
didn't do a lot of
so on
this
point as
in
well.
in
This is
regulation.
dangerous.
Desperately trying to push themselves
Wow,
into
he
a
gets
third
both
map,
and the
but
spike.
Mind Freak does not
So with the
allow
spike,
them
you might send
through.
someone extra
Spike
over.
carrier dropped as well. I think he's definitely called it.
Yeah, and there's one of those Forsaken pushes with that cascade, but this time
But
he
they
has
just
backup.
stick.
You know, trying to cut off a fight, trying to isolate players.
I mean, you've
got the
seen
Mind Freak
literally
there.
nothing.
Yeah, yep, they pretty much should know.
They're still sticking. Maybe not now.
Waiting, maybe anticipating a grab of the spike and a rotate. They still haven't shifted anywhere else. But
Now
Showers.
something begins to push.
That
Divide
cove
does
there,
rotate.
Great hold from Mind Freak.
My Freak
Might
did
as
a
well
good
let them
job.
sweat. Sad play with a great
Spike's
dig,
down
though.
again.
Seconds left.
Comes back in. 30 seconds left. Spike still dropped out in the
So
open.
now
It's
this is
cold.
hard to. Jinggg just needs to not
Rossi
overheat.
tries to
Needs to not overheat.
capture a little bit more space now. Trying to set up for something with his utility.
messy, but he got
Jinggg
there.
catches him off the timing. Oh! Double satchel up on top of truck. Hello! Right up over the edge.
Switching sides.
That's the most Jinggg thing ever. He's at 41 HP, and your opponent's like, well, there's no way he's going to push me because he's
Big
low
round
health.
from
He's
my
gonna wait.
freak.
No,
I am going to push you.
yeah.
One enemy remaining.
And he's just unbelievable.
Hello.
So fast, too. It's nice. The quickness with which he reacts when he lands to stuff is brilliant. There's nobody that really does it as well as him. Never has been.
That's why, like, although there's that kill lead in the form of Carpe in the disparity, PRX looking fairly even.
Go
You've
for the
got
triple
Forsaken and
flank.
Jinggg both getting so many of their kills. Now back onto the attacking side.
Ooh.
Looking for the execute, looking for the set play and the protocols to capture spaces on towards A. Side player tries to sneak up behind them. He's infiltrated their back lines.
Ah.
So good at this throughout this map. Look at Mindfreak, though, checking on the lurk. They have to clear.
It's
Rossi.
pivotal. Still staying tucked away. Excurrent marking him. Device starts things off.
they've planted for CT.
Discover Saya player. This could be it.
Poison's off.
Rossi slowly pushing up front now, but the marking, two of them all together, all at once.
Well played, PRX.
PRX. It's another overtime.
I
but
mean,
it ends
T1
just as quick
played
as it
decently.
starts.
You know, did a
14
decent
to
job,
12.
but
T1 will not be able to make it past
GG.
PRX today.
Looking rather good for PRX. T1 still keeping pace, still showing that they can fight tooth and nail with PRX, but they are still yet to take a map against them.
okay, good pick.
It's close. It's been
Got
close
mine.
twice so far
Right,
this year.
so
They've almost
later
been able to
today,
get 'em in overtime, but
we've got
Jinggg
G2EG, send 100
returns,
Thieves.
and we're back to PRX.
Then we'll probably miss this game.
It has been getting closer. And we saw
And
the greatness.
We'll
of
see if I can be
Excurrent.
bothered.
Some
Depends
of
what
the
time
great
he's finished. If I
ideas,
can be
the
bothered to
great
watch Global
strategies that
DRX.
they pulled off.
I've
When they
decided
worked
I'm
the
not
map
going to
on
watch this
Vine
game.
with the teleporters against PRX,
I'm not
they
watching
brought them
Crew
to
3 Oreo.
overtime.
If you don't like it,
Carping with the Gecko.
I don't
When
care.
it came down to it, PRX, like you mentioned, the bromance of Jinggg, Forsaken as well.
Unlucky.
Man, this is
Goodbye.
a scary, scary team, and the more time they get together, the more practice they get together,